tuning in to another evening with your host G and the most
Electrifying man in streets and neighborhoods.
and you're tuned in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. Definitely had a lot of fun, kick back, lay back with you guys on 420. What was that? A holiday supposedly?
Oh yeah, national holiday in my book.
It's a everyday for me, but we're back on track and we're actually here to talk about what we're here to do. Before we get into that, man, how was your week?
Man, slow but steady.
Steady.
Yeah.
Not too much. What about in the outside world? Anything capitalize your mind or got you captivated into being in tune?
Well, we was all sitting waiting for that verdict to go down in Minnesota, and right before it did, a young sister lost her life, man. 16-year-old, I believe.
16, 17, whatever. I know that she was a teenager at the end of the day. Definitely something that we will get into maybe sometime down the road. Other than that, man, anything else pique your radar that may have toppled into something that is needed to be discussed? Or even just for fun. Did you do anything? Go jet skiing, skydiving?
What did I do? Oh, I took my baby boy to Sky Zone.
Oh, the Sky Zone.
Yeah,
That's what's
yeah,
up.
Yeah,
That's what's
we
up.
went and did that.
Man, I think I need to take my old ass in there. I mean,
Oh man, yeah, because I
always
I saw grown motherfuckers flipping and shit. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a bar of this next time I come.
So it was grown people up in there doing their thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually just
Slide
let the
down
kids go in there and just do
catapult, all
that.
that shit. Oh man.
Oh, they got the catapult.
They got the dodgeball. Oh man, the dodgeball.
Yeah, so they niggas be really binging each other and their kids be hollering and screaming. I know I saw on my daughter's Instagram, I know I saw them jousting. Like they stand on something, they was popping each other.
Yeah, Zion did that. Yeah, he did that too.
That shit looked like fun, man.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it really was.
Definitely need to get into that. But man, thank you all for tuning in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. Definitely got a deep, impactful show tonight. Definitely going to touch on a lot of things. Whatever's going on in the week, you guys are free to call in, especially if you want to touch something that goes on in the show. The number is on the screen. That's 951-799-9021. I have to repeat that again because everybody say, man, I can't see the number. Where's the number? But I believe it's right there. 951-799-9021. And for all you upcoming artists out there, whatever genre you do, whether you're singing, country, rapping, spoken word, poetry, whatever you do, go ahead, send it in, and we can definitely take a look at it. Five definitely got an ear for talent, and I definitely am a critic of my own right to say, hey, man, I'm the new Ebert. Or you Cisco? Which one are you? Cisco, Ebert, Cisco?
I think Ebert.
Ebert.
Fuck it.
You know what I mean? I guess I have to be Cisco, man. Oh, shit. But anyhow, that's what it is. You go ahead and submit that information to G's Mystery Show at gmail.com. Again, that is GEESMYSTERYSHOW at gmail.com. And if you all like, you can hold off on the like buttons. You can click the dislike button if you want, but after this show, you like what you hear, go ahead and click that like button, get us into those algorithms and pick us up, man. Definitely got a great entertaining show that's on the rise, and it's not just a show, we're actually news media, so we're definitely here to bring something new that needs to be heard and definitely out here for you guys. So we don't ask for anything, but if you do want to support, that Cash App is right there, man. It's right there in green. It's the $ capital LYNK capital N. Again, that is the $ capital LYNK capital N. And before we get into this, anything else, you want to say something before we go into a commercial break?
No, man.
All right,
Let's get it.
Man, let's get it. We'll be right back. You guys go ahead and get out there to Black Spatula. You looking to replenish the body, boost up your immune system, soothing up then, fellas, ease those unwanted bowel movements, or we just get up in age and become elders. And our joints don't want to act right? Log on to BlackSpatulaLLC.com. Yes, that's BlackSpatulaLLC.com, providing that purple and sea moss gold, gel or in raw form, straight from the Jamaican waters, to help stand strong in this fight against the heavyweight champ. coronavirus and that June bug flu. And you can pick up those organic, homemade elderberries to help relieve nasal congestion, anti-inflammatory, potent anti-cancer, antiviral, treats respiratory illness, aid in wound care, high in vitamin A, B, C, and potassium, and natural support for arthritis. And if you hit them with that G code, man, Black Spatula just might get you 20% off total purchase. Now, go follow Black Spatula on social media.
G's News.
And this is G's News. Welcome back to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed, and we definitely are going to dive right into G's News Report. So, up first, we definitely have here. Oh man, looks like we are jumping ahead. Oh man. Anyhow, it looks like cashless may have gone too far in Norway. You look puzzled when I say cashless gone too far in Norway. Basically, the government warns, and before I get that, let's go ahead and fix this camera. We are definitely having some technical difficulties with the system here. I don't know if OBS is not working right or is it just too much going on, but we definitely got to get that fixed. But we look like we got that going right, so we're going to go ahead.
I'm back.
He's back, and we're going to go ahead and remix this. You're back tuned in with G's Mystery Show, and this is G's News Report. And up first, you definitely looking at that flag, and I don't know if you was puzzled by your camera not being in, or was you pictured when I said cashless in Norway?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
It was the camera.
Oh, okay. So anyhow, it looks like cashless may have gone too far in Norway. Government warns. Banknotes. Oh man, where do we go when we get into banknotes? Oh man, let's see here. Banknotes and coins are used in only 3 to 4% of all transactions in Norway, making it the lowest level of cash usage in the world. What do you think about that?
Man, the lowest?
The lowest. Let me, before you even answer that, let me go ahead and even go even further.
Okay.
Is that Norway is pretty much leading the pack when it comes to pretty much getting rid of, and I'm speaking in niggernomics now because sometimes we don't understand when I say cashless. We're going to just say no paper, no dollars, no money.
Right. Cashless
society where everything is on debit, credit, and actually ways to scan. But those warn, is it going too far? What happens when you reach that type of level? You have no actual monetary backing behind it. It's just everything is just in the trust of you have a credit and you have to keep repeating these credits. So everything now is just put into a matrix system or a digital system to where you just have to trust they don't push the button on you.
Ooh, yeah, that's janky right there. You know, when you can wake up and all your shit just be gone. Woo.
No, let me ask you this.
I don't know about that one.
Let me ask you this question right here. What about if they were to replenish your credits every month? So you have 1 month to spend maybe a few credits. I ain't going to put a number on it. We'll talk about that later. But
okay, excuse me.
But they're going to replenish you. Would you cool with that?
I would be, but I got a question. Whatever I don't use, will it roll over?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
To ask. Let's see here. Let me.
I mean, if they want to go that route, yeah, I'm all with it.
You know? Okay. Yeah. Well, do you care though? Is this something that you would care about or no?
Yeah.
This news.
Yeah. I mean, you know, that was just like what was his old boy's name? One of the senators, I think Hahn. He ran for the presidency earlier last year, and one of his proposals was for every American, you know what I'm saying, $1,000 a month or some shit like that, or whatever it was. Almost like the same shit they got in Alaska.
Yeah, Alaska got something to be a citizen out or be a resident out there, but also Libya had something when you deal with in those terms. I believe it was like something like 5,000 each citizen. Then they also had I want to believe they gave each couple a car if they got married and a house. So it was something to where they pretty much put you on board, but you didn't have to have any type of credit. It was just something that they gave you, and they allowed you to get a jump start on their system. What system do you prefer? That type of system, or the one with the credits and they give you the monthly credits? Not saying that's what's happening in Norway. I don't want you guys to rush out there in Norway and think you guys are about to get free money every month. That's not happening there. They're just pretty much going cashless, meaning you're definitely going to deal with nothing but technology, debit, and facial scans and fingerprinting, pretty much. But
I would be with both formats actually. You know, with I'm down with the government helping they citizens. You know, I'm really with that.
okay.
Just like the people take care of the government should take care of the people.
Okay, I mean that's
It
reasonable.
goes hand in hand, man.
That's logical. That's
It
logical.
shouldn't be rocket science, but you know, the shit is.
Aaron says putting RFID chips in people in Norway. So you're saying they're putting RFID chips in people in Norway, eh? And while you answer that, I'm pretty sure they are. They're putting our RFID chips here in America. There's a lot of children that have RFID chips in them right now that people don't know about. A lot of parents was already putting RFID chips in their children almost 10 years ago. They've been putting them in their dogs almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So if your dogs was lost, they had RFID chips already in them to let them know where your dogs was lost. So that technology has already been here. And not to mention, they have RFID chips and people in high technical warehouses and facilities to where they already have the RFID chip in them. So when they go to the vending machine, they just swipe their hand and it pops out a soda or whatever they're looking for. You have a comment?
Yeah. I can understand that. You know, especially with kids. You know, help neutralize kidnapping, catch a lot of pedophiles a lot quicker. Yeah.
What about
I wouldn't be against it.
what about those that they already predict? Or say, for instance, not even predict because that's going too far into the future. Let's just say those who may be a little bit rebellish and all of your access to living is on this cashless chip. How do you maintain yourself in that type of society if you want to be truly free?
Is it able for someone else to steal my chip?
I mean, shit, there's hackers everywhere, so who knows? I mean, it's a great possibility that a hacker definitely will be able to get in there and deplete you. I'm going to leave off with this. Have you ever saw the movie In Time? In Time with Justin Timberlake. It was a good movie.
Nah, I can't say I have.
In Time, where he had to have credits for his minutes on to live. So when they run out,
yeah.
Pretty good movie, huh?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Well, it was a while ago, but definitely you could fantasize something like that. And I just put that into the analogy of just regularly living, but instead of your life. But at the same time, it is something like your life is on the line because you run out of credits. How the fuck are you going to survive? You got to go and do something drastic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and move on.
Yeah.
Something
Fuck
crazy.
that.
Oh, man. What's next? When you see this guy, I don't know I can debate on what you probably have to say. But when I see this guy, I see a lot. But he's in the news, so let's just stick with the news. Will socialism be the new face of America? It appears some Democrats are pushing for a permanent expansion of unemployment benefits. What do you think about that so far?
Yeah, a lot of people need those benefits.
A lot of people need those benefits. Okay. So now that we need those benefits, what happens when those benefits are keep on paying and there's nobody working to keep anything flowing?
That's a stereotype that's been out there for years. A lot of people assume and think because you getting aid that you don't work. There's a lot of people working that, you know what I'm saying, get food stamps, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's just one of those stereotypes, negative stereotypes about government aid that's been looming for years.
So do you think though that if a large population of this economy.
And hold on, let me add
Go ahead.
this
Go
too.
ahead.
And it's a negative stereotype out there that's been looming around for years that only people of color get food stamps, which is bullshit because everybody, you know what I'm saying, at one point in time, you know what I'm saying, need or has been on food stamps.
Well, it definitely was implemented for the Caucasoid. Again, that is those that are of the um, lighter flesh, the actual term. Those people definitely were the benefits of the early welfare recipients during the world wars. You know, they was given to supplement their income. Then, you know, a lot of black people, or so-called Negroes, whatever you call them, the Negroids, actual term, those people definitely migrated into that system based on the socialism and social engineering type life forms that they were put in. They had to adapt to those lifestyles through generations and was raised up on those. At the end of the day, lawmakers are seeking more permanent Congress or permanent changes to social safety programs. The CARES Act emergency programs must be extended to support jobless workers for their duration of the current economic downturn.
Right.
And they also write, we must also fix the underlying problem facing our unemployment insurance system so that it can provide economic security for all workers, referencing the 2.2 trillion. I'm gonna say that again. Referencing the 2.2 trillion that was added as a federal supplement last year. We're not talking about just this year. We're talking about last year.
Right.
So again, I have to ask you, Vi, before you respond. Going this route, does this enter into a socialist format to where those who can get the mind state of, I'm just want to chill out a little bit and just be free and let the system provide for me, and I want to be equal to everybody. I don't want anybody being over me. I just want to be equal. So everybody get the equal pay and we all do what we have, because that's what it seems like it's leaning towards. We have a caller on the line, but before I get on, hold that thought. But go ahead, finish.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's better than being a capitalist in this situation. You know, instead of motherfuckers just one or a handful of people looking to get over on everybody else. So, yeah.
So you're against capitalism?
To a certain extent. I mean, I understand it, but you know, to the point where I couldn't do it to the point where I'll just shit on everybody that I know that can use some of what I'm getting or making.
I'm actually for capitalism.
That doesn't surprise me.
Well, no. I mean, just based on, you know what I mean? I believe if you earn it, then it's yours. I don't believe nobody should be able to take that from me. Before I go on, I'm going to go ahead and take this call. Caller with the area code 501-617. First numbers, you are on the air. Tuned in to G's Mystery Show with G and 5. What's your name and where you calling from?
I know that area.
I thought I knew that area code for a minute. I just didn't want to say no names, but I was like, let me see that area code. What it do, my G? Hey, I told you, man, I was hacked like maybe now about 5 weeks ago, and close to a month now. You know what I mean? And somebody changed all my shit around, put it in Spanish. You know what I mean? And I got love for my brown people, but man, they put me in Spanish and all kind of shit, and tried to do some weird shit with my Instagram, and then they locked me on my Facebook. So it is what it is. But yeah, what's going on with you? What you trying to touch on tonight?
What's happening, fam?
Okay. So is there anything right now that you've heard so far that you would like to touch on?
When you had me on hold, I believe you asked Five about capitalism.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
he said he was with it, or well, he understood it, but wasn't really with it, or something like that.
Yeah.
so Five said he wasn't really with it, and then I have in the comments I have D Lee saying It's called communism. Check Cuba. Check Cuba. Not Cube. Sorry, my apologies, Cube. Check Cuba.
I mean,
So, where are we going with this? When you're dealing with, first of all, let's deal with the topic, socialism. Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
socialism is ridiculous. I mean, what's it defined as? Let me hear your definition of it.
Okay, so pretty much, I'm just going to give you the Negronomics term of it because I just want those that are just regular people listening to understand what socialism is. Socialism is a form of everybody is in a form of equal, depending on the government in a way, almost in a form of communism. But it's a separate form. It's almost a sister of communism, except for the same thing is that whatever you get, I'm equal to it. I'm how can I say the word that I'm looking for? I'm owed it as well. I won't say owned, but I have a right to claim whatever you are making. So whatever you
Right.
came up on your own hard work and being independent and created, because other people are less fortunate than you, now everybody gets to take from you. This is social. This is socialism. This is communism almost in the same way, except for communism deals more with the government just feeding everybody and giving everybody a
Right.
handout. And so that way nobody the government stays in control and you're never able to climb your way out that hole. When you're dealing with socialism,
Right.
socialism is saying, look, man, I may be a little more slower, I may not have the drive of this other person, but because this person has it over there, I'm equal to it as well too. And so let's all just get with whatever we can get. But yet I can sit back and be a little lazier than
But
you.
not to that extent.
Oh, it's to that extent. But if you want to break
the-
it down into nigga terms, that's what it's talking about.
Well, it's just saying that the one percenters, you know what I'm saying, since you got it, why not help?
I'm not saying
You
why
know,
not help. See, that's what I want,
that's-
and that's where the humanistic side comes into it of it all. When you're dealing with,
that's what it boils down to in the end anyway. I mean, you know what I'm saying, you got a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, billionaires that's saying, hey, I worked for this, I did this, nigga, I'm not giving nobody a piece of shit.
I mean,
That's just, you know what I'm saying.
so let me ask you this: you're a drug dealer, right? And I'm not saying you are a drug dealer, but I'm just saying I'm not saying
Well,
you're a drug.
damn.
I'm just saying that you're a drug dealer, right? Let's use this as a
Well, damn, don't
for
tell
instance.
anybody else.
You know what I mean? As for instance, you're a drug dealer, right? And I'm upcoming drug dealer, and I want what you got equally. I'm owed that. So your block, you gotta let me have part of that because this is equal due. Are you going to assassinate me? Are you going to push any problems on me? Are you going to let me eat like paid in full?
Well, yeah, because I'm.
But I don't know you. I don't know you. You don't owe me
You
anything.
don't have to know me. I know me, and see, you know what I'm saying. I was actually in that.
We don't even have to
scenario.
even say it. Well, I'm just saying
But-
in general. Just
But you know, there's a way to do it. There's a respectful way to do it in that situation, in that scenario that you're talking about, because you know.
so we have a person by the name of Nakia D. She says, "Were you looking for the world entitled?" Yes, that's exactly right. The word entitled is exactly what I was looking for. A lot of people feel that they are entitled.
Right.
And this goes to what I'm saying when dealing with socialism and almost communism, but let's stick to socialism, is that a lot of people feel they are entitled to what you have done, accomplished, what you have achieved. Now it is up to you to be a human as whatever you deal with, whatever beliefs, religions, ideologies you have on your tidiness and what you want to give. That's up to the character of the person. But you do not owe anybody anything for your hard work. It's based on
I would
your
agree to
deeds
that.
and actions on what you choose
I would agree to
to do.
that.
So then when we deal with socialism, as what we're talking about here and what we're looking at, what this news report is about, the government, everybody don't realize is by them handing you out these stimulus checks, Yeah, they're a good thing for the quick fix, but really dealing with real money and dealing with real niggas, y'all know that money. This money doesn't last long. It only is a day long, and it's out of here. One day,
Yeah,
one day.
but
Most,
long,
but some whoever
but
can
long
make that
as
shit
you
last
apply,
5 days. I don't know
but
how.
it doesn't matter how long it lasts.
But
It
this
matters how you apply it.
so this is where I'm
Does
getting now.
does-
It goes
do
even
you
higher than
apply
this.
it? Do you apply it to go get you some motherfucking rims, or do you apply it to put it on that rent that you know what I'm saying that you know is due?
Okay,
Did
but
you use
watch
it?
where I'm going with
Did
this
you
though.
did you use it
But watch
at
where
the
I'm going.
grocery
With this.
store?
No, and I hear that.
Like,
That's
come
on the middle playing ground for the average Joe. But the elite are playing up here. They're the puppet masters. You got to remember this. So everything that they're dishing out has to be paid back. However you feel about it, however you think, no, it has to be paid back. And so how it's being paid back is,
I was just going to ask you how is that?
and I'm going to tell you how it's being paid back is being played on the minds of the people to where I like this fix. I like this free money. So now if they keep you at a certain income, if they kept you at, and mind over matter, you still with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. If they keep
I'm
you
here.
at if they keep you at a certain level of income, and you're cool with that, cause see most people of what they call color, let's just be exact here. Fuck being real. Let's be exact. Don't make more than 19,000 to 25,000 a year. The majority, almost from everybody that I know, they really don't. You know what I mean? I mean, few of them may make, you know, whatever, but the majority don't make more than 19, 25,000 a year. So if you put them on what the stimulus is, $1,400, they're testing the waters. It's about testing the waters. Getting the people used to, and this is allegedly because I don't want anybody to go off with these as facts because this is news and I'm unbiased. So this is just coming from my view. But at the same time, they are pushing in the news a definitely socialist, communist type agenda, feeding and fixing everybody with these payments, and everybody is now looking for them. And so if they keep getting them, once they are able to fixate the people on this structure, then you'll never be able to be a billionaire. There'll never be another what you call Jay-Z. There never will be another P. Diddy. There'll never be whatever. And I'm not saying how they made their money is right, whatever. I'm just saying at the end of the day, you'll never be able to rise to the top because once they fixate you and everything is already on a grid, as we are in G's News, as we heard about before, we're going to go into some more. But once they get you locked in and they get everybody on a structure, and that's what it is because you see Norway has went cashless. What happens when the United States or the European Union or any of these people in the real power, even though, let's be real here, Norway, Scandinavia, and all of them definitely are the real power because the language of English and all that other stuff, Germanic, all that stuff comes from there, and they're the ones who use the words and languages and spells that we use today. But that's the rant. But what we go on today, as far as when you're dealing with social engineering and socialism, this right here would definitely fuck us up, in my viewpoint. No? I agree more with the capitalistic society, even though that can go off into another way because it can definitely make a person be more cruel because they have all the earnings and all the wealth. But I'm definitely for capitalism when it comes to just if I'm the person in the gym, Drake said it, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. No? So if you wasn't with me shooting in the gym, what do I owe you? You wasn't even my coach. You're just a person that just is just, and like this person, Nakia D said, want entitlement to what I have. That's like a family member who don't support you or a friend who don't support you and comes around later on after you're already it, and then feel some entitlement or like because they knew you back then that they know you now when that's not the case. I don't get that. So I'm just going to have to say I'm more with the capitalistic. I've been talking too much. Mind over matter, you're the caller. Do you have anything to say on this?
Yeah, I would answer that. I'm for capitalism, and I would be for socialism around socialist people.
Right.
That's how I would answer
That's a great reply. That's a great reply. Now I can see. Now let me ask you this. So now with socialism, how does a person become the person above the socialistic structure that's running the socialistic society. How does that work in a socialistic
How do they
paradigm?
how do they become above?
Yeah, so if you're in an already built in or growing up being engineered into a socialistic society, how do
Right.
you end up becoming one of those people that are governing the socialistic society? Does it not become a kingdomship or a monarchyship to where they're just a dynasty, or is it some way you can be voted in or
Yeah.
elevate? No, I'm innocent. Well, I'm gonna let him reply and then go
Okay.
ahead, Mother
Okay.
Mary.
Let me make sure I understand it. So you saying how does the person come into it? I don't really grasp
Okay,
the
so
concept of the
okay,
question.
so I'm going to ask, say it like this. So, say for instance, we're in a socialistic society, correct? Or not? No, communist,
Right.
a communist society. Okay,
Okay.
how does one achieve the high marks and status to get outside of the under levels of being underneath the oppression communism, or not oppression in you guys' view, but just in underneath the the paradigm of that, and be one of those who are running that government or that system of communism? How do you grow out to be the one that's running it, is what I'm asking.
Oh, you would immediately, if you're underneath communism. This is my opinion. If you're underneath the structure of communism, you bypass being a socialist and you go straight to being a capitalist, which means you have to save. So you said you're gonna make a big sacrifice,
But you
and
can't
then you
but you
would.
can't become a capitalist. You can't become a capitalist in a communist society. See, that's the problem here.
Well,
Okay. So
There is
here's
no
how.
way.
Here's how I think you can. Now you say underneath communism, that's for the government taking care of people and everyone having the same, correct?
No, in communists, everybody doesn't have a saying. No, in a capitalist society, everybody has a saying. If you can achieve, it's you. You're able
Oh
to
no,
do it.
no, I said the same. No, I said the same. For as the government taking care of everybody underneath communism, the government issues out bread, issues out the food. Everyone has the same underneath
That's
communism.
that's that's a communist social type structure, brother and sister type structure.
Right,
They're not exactly the same, but they're similar in values. And so
right.
those structures are in that way. And so let's just say here, a capitalist society, if you have a heart, or you have if you have a human being quality, a qualitist, or whatever word, I'm a little tipsy as always, but anyhow, you know what I mean. If you have one of those qualities, then in a capitalist society, you definitely can achieve the highest of goals, because you have the freedom to do as you please. But at the same time, based on your character, it allows you to be a part of this, what we call earth tested. This consciousness, you're tested in everything. So it allows you to be pious, it allows you to be not, it allows you to be evil, it allows you to be good, it allows you to be bad, it allows you to be whatever you're going to be, but it's about your character. In a socialist society, you have no way to grow out of it. There is just what it's going to be, and that is you. So I asked the question: how can you even become a person who is a Tesla? I invented the car, but now because you're in a communist or a socialist society, the government now takes control of that, and now they're in charge of all of your patents and deeds, and they run your monetary gain. So your economics is based on entitlement value. That's what I'm trying to get at. So how does that work? And based on this news, this is what is happening here when you're dealing with the lawmakers who are pushing now towards kind of supplementing this as a daily or a monthly fix for those people who are now getting used to getting this money. This is what the ultimate goal is. Go ahead.
how come it just can't be, you know, the government doing the right thing for the 2.2 million people that lost their jobs last year?
So when you say the government doing the right thing, that's
Yeah, yeah, just doing the right thing by its people, just like so many other countries. You know, it's like, you know, we call ourselves the big brothers of the world, right?
we.
You know, but every other country, you know what I'm saying, looks to Uncle Sam, looks to the United States government to be, you know what I'm saying,
Well, I think that the
head
government,
honcho.
I think the government is ran outside the United States, and it's ran by a group of people who don't live in none of these countries that are in the forefront, and they sit back.
All the country leaders
Are
just
united.
all
They're united.
yeah,
They sit
but
back in
what
a
I'm saying,
chairman
bro,
group. Go ahead.
but the states are supposed to be the you know what I'm saying, the end all be all. But it's so many other countries out there that just actually got the shit right.
Who?
Like Canada when it comes to healthcare. You know what
That's
I'm
a
saying?
that's just one point. But what else do they have? Right?
Yeah, but that's just
Canada get their
that's just
ass
Canada.
whooped. Let me just say this: Canada
that's
will get their
Canada.
ass whooped when it comes down to a military conflict. Canada. Let me just be real with you.
But that's
America,
what the-
America
that's what
backs
allies are for.
exactly.
So that's irrelevant.
Look,
That's
So-
irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? They got allies. So that shit is irrelevant.
So
But
imagine being in a communist
But-
state. Imagine, let's just say, for those that have a problem with Hitler, right? Let's just say that Hitler won the world wars. How would you feel you would thrive in that? And I don't want to stay on this topic too long. We've already stayed long enough. I
shit.
wish you guys would all. Oh yeah, we have a caller on the line. I'm tripping. We've been going on. Mind over matter, man. My apologies. I forgot. You know, geez, Mr. Charlo revealed definitely just going in, and you know, me and Five, we have these conversations daily, and I forgot that we even had a caller on the line. You
Right.
have any intake on this? And I apologize again.
I mean, I was kind of confused because I was trying to just narrow it down. You know, just basically. So communism is more so the government issuing everything out, and
yes.
socialism is everyone being equal and having the same, and capitalism is supposed to be.
You want me
One
to?
person,
I'm
not one-
gonna clear it up for you right here. So the original parties, right? The original parties, Republican, Democrat, right? You aware of those parties?
Yes.
Okay. So let's just start with the Democrat first. Democrat or the democracy? Well, not the democracy because that's what we're part of, a republic. But the Democratic Party is based on a form of socialism, a form of communism. Okay, so this is what we're talking about here. Then when you get into Republican, they're based on a form of capitalism. Now, I'm not saying these parties are correct because I don't give a fuck about none of these parties. But what I'm saying is that these are the bases of what they stand for, supposedly. Then you get into the other branches, conservative, independent, all that other weird shit that gets into that blue blood American type shit that takes it somewhere else. But when you're dealing with the actual parties of Democrat and Republican, and you got to remember we're built on a republic. Republicans are built on an actual capitalistic society, meaning that if I find it, it's mine, and if I build it to be something, then it's going to be what I want it to be, and can't nobody tell me that. And if you let a government put their thumb on you, then you get into a socialistic society. So that's what that is.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, over the years, in certain communities, you hear the word capitalism, and all the Negroes be like, "Oh, that's wrong. The 1% is taking," you know, and I've never agreed with that. I never agreed with that because I'm not the smartest, but I understand from a perspective as to where capitalism can also be all of us working somewhere, and we going. Let's say they say me, you, Five. And we work at this company, and we go to Tony Roma's for lunch, and we happy with going to Tony Roma's. We love the food and everything. And then one day I tell both of y'all, hey, look, I don't want to go no more because I'm thinking about starting my own shit. And y'all like, oh, that's cool. So y'all keep on going. So I sacrifice. I don't go to Tony Roma's no more. I save my money. I bring the sack lunch. I do that. Next thing you know, I don't open up a Tony Roma's.
Exactly.
So
That's
I have y'all
capitalism.
come over there. Hold on. So I have y'all come over there, and y'all like, yeah, this cool. It's cool. And then let's say you start saying, hey, Lamar, you know, I came up here a few times, man, give me a little deal. And I'm
Socialism.
like, nah, motherfucker.
Socialism. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, I sacrificed. Now, remember, y'all was going to Tony Roma's. Y'all was cool with giving him all your money, and I was too. But I said, no, I want to open up my own shit. So now that I got my shit popping, now y'all feel like I owe you something. I don't owe you shit. I done sacrificed. I done opened up the building,
Yeah.
patronize my spot.
You
now.
even
So to
probably
me,
you probably
that's-
even gave me
that's-
an extra pizza because I showed up probably 2 or 3 times. You was like, we got friendly, and I was like, hey man, what's up? What's up? Mind over matter,
Right.
boom. And then you gave me probably a discount. You know, you looking out for me, but you did out the kindness of your heart. You showed that characteristic. It's
Right.
based off of who you are,
Right.
based on this whole test of being on this planet at this time. And so
Right.
my own shit right there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
It
at the same time,
it always gonna boil down to the individual. It doesn't matter.
so
It doesn't matter
Right.
how much
So
money you
if
got.
so if that's the case, what is the need for socialism or communism? With that thought, we're gonna
Well-
go ahead. We're gonna move on. We spent too long on this one. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the next one. I'll let you close out since you are the caller. Mind over matter. You want to say something on this last point?
I was going to say I actually practice socialism. Though I'm not all for capitalism, but I practice socialism where I'm at here at the
Yeah.
camp because if I go to the store, I call back to the camp and find out who all there, and whatever I'm buying for myself, I can pay for or how many people here.
Yeah.
And the same thing happens when I'm here. So we
Yeah.
practice that. It works good.
See?
It can get hefty sometimes if your pocket's not too big, but if I got $8 and 3 people at the camp, we all got $1.
Okay, now let me tell you what I heard just from right now of what you're practicing. That's not communism, socialism,
No,
or anything.
that's socialism.
That's not socialism. That's tribalism. He's practicing
Well,
tribalism.
well,
It's a
true.
difference.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
isms in the world. Ism.
Yeah,
Go
but
ahead.
but at the end of the day, the man is carrying enough.
That's tribalism. He's practicing tribalism.
Okay. But at the end of the day, the man has a big enough heart and he care enough to call back to the camp and say, hey, I'm here at the store. And, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody's
And
entitled. That's tribalism. But when you're dealing
But
with, go ahead.
it
You-
depends on the individual. If
You're dealing
look,
with
you know,
a
let
United
me-
States. These
okay.
are a bunch of people who
Okay.
are not
Let me-
all alike,
okay.
who live inside of a one big community, who
Yeah.
do not have the same goals, the same identities, the same points, the same religious, whatever they call beliefs,
Right.
the same views. So you're definitely not in a tribe when you're dealing with that. And so when you force that, you have to have some mediator come in, which is communism, to hand it out. When you say communism, just think of big military coming in and forcing everybody to take those zombie apocalypse shots. Let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. We spent too much time on this. All right. So, oh shit. Next up, man, it looks like we're definitely sticking to this economy because it looks like something going on in the economy is shaking up right now. And this is why this is all important and it all ties in. So let's look into this. What does that look like?
What's that?
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Yeah,
Oh
that's-
man,
that's-
ching, ching, ching,
yeah.
ching, ching. So, what's happening here in Bitcoins? It appears maybe could this be the end of Bitcoin or the cryptocurrency, the scam of all Ponzi schemes going down right before our eyes? Over 200 billion wiped off of cryptocurrency market value in a day. That's facts. In a day, one day. Matter of fact, Bitcoin plunges below 50,000 today on this Friday. Like I said, we're talking about real news here. Bitcoin and other digital currencies plunge as proposed capital gains. Tax hike from U.S. President Joe Biden. This guy seems to be part of this. Yeah, I hate to say the word, but we're going to say it again because we just got them talking about it.
Tax hike on them.
Well, we're going to finish the news, but this is
Yeah.
this social
Oh,
engine,
okay,
this
cool.
this social. It's a part of the collapsing. Well, let's finish this, and then I'll get into my thing. Digital currency plunge proposal capital gains take a heist break. From Joe Biden. We already got into that. At midday, East Bitcoin was down 7.3% at 49,730, according to Coin Metrics data. First time Bitcoin has traded below 50,000 since early March. Ether fell to 2,320, Dow 8,000, XRP, the fifth biggest cryptocurrency plunge, 16%. Before we go into this, let's finish this. Some have already questioned the agenda behind, like me, and not saying the conspiracy, just want to get into the mystery of what the fuck is going on here. So, Are conspirators conspiring or wondering why? Is this a Ponzi scheme?
Yeah.
Claiming the markets have run up quite a bit overall and is probably cooling off before the next leg up? Or let's just get into some nigga talk, because now this is some nigga talk. Maybe they want everybody to sell their parts in the stock of cryptocurrency, and then once everybody panic, they're going to go ahead and buy it all back up, because now it has already boosted up into the system, all a part of this scheme, collapsing the dollar, social engineering, socialism. My beliefs, of course. This is not what I know. This is my beliefs for the.
Well, it has to be a fake company, but it can't be a real company.
Oh no, Bitcoin is a real company.
I
The
know.
cryptocurrency is definitely a actual economical
Yeah.
impact that's happening in the world right now, and on the black market and on the underseen. And if you want to get if you want to get somebody's human heart, lung, kidney, maybe even a brain, because who knows what's going on out here with all the cloning that's going on. But definitely cryptocurrency is a way to enjoy these black market festivities. So is it what's going on here with these markets? Are they collapsing this market on purpose? Just like stock, like I said, once you put everything in a digital, it's no longer we're already not in reality anymore anyway. We're all on the internet, so we're definitely in that matrix system. But when you take it out of that reality, you put it all into this whatever you can type into the numbers market, does that affect the way you operate just normal day, what you've even grown accustomed to of you being your age and my age with just dealing with regular money?
Yeah, but eventually, if that's what it's gonna become, eventually we just adapt.
We said we the devil?
We adapt.
Oh, we adapt. Oh, okay. Yeah. So how do you adapt to that? No matter how do you adapt to something like that? Especially somebody like you who's actually out there off the grid trying to live a normal, what they call regular life, chopping wood, starting your own fires, you know what I mean? Drilling your water. How do you adapt into a cryptocurrency, cashless society, or even just surviving, period?
Well, based on the crypto thing, I wish I had learned about it in 2010, because I got approached about it, and I asked people who was on the internet before me, and all I heard was just basically like this dumb Negro responses. Oh, that's that internet money. Don't fuck with that. And I would have been up right now. I actually would have been up a whole lot of money. But I wasn't around the right people. I wasn't around knowledgeable people, so I left it alone. So throughout the years now of hearing about it, I can understand it. The same way people had to cross over from cash money to debit card. These people against putting money on a plastic card, but now everything's on a plastic card. So it's a good thing. I don't indulge in it personally. I got friends that deal with it, and I talk with them at length about it. It sounds interesting. And I kind of like wish I had got in it, but when I sit back and think about it, if your money is based on a signal from your Wi-Fi from your phone, that's crazy.
But this is what happens when you're dealing with cryptocurrency, period, though. It's all based on a signal. See, it's not just the phone. The phone is just an implement tool to get you used to just being accustomed to dealing with just stuff right in the palm of your thought. Because again, the whole goal is about, I don't want to get into that all weird biblical stuff, but the whole thought of it is to put it in your head and your hand to where it's attached to you, and now you are trapped. Somebody even said it in here inside the chat. They said feds love cryptocurrency, easy to trace, bluegrass. That's a fact. And so everything that I'm saying to you is that it's all about locking you into this grid. Not disrespecting the pyramid, but I'm definitely telling you, the grid, this is the example. This is the tool. This is the tool. I don't know if you guys can see. This is the tool, the grid. The grid. Somehow, I don't know if I can get that in there, right? But anyhow, the grid. It's a grid. And once they lock you in the grid, you can't get out. You're already in a what they call divine grid that you can't escape. No matter what you think of or come out with or whatever, you don't care about it or disagree, agree, no matter whatever your philosophy is, you can't escape the grid that is what they call divine, if that's the word. But the man-made grid, they're trying to duplicate that same grid, and they're almost completing it. And we're giving them the will to do it. Enough with that. You want to touch on that before I move on to something else on that?
I'm good.
All right. What about you, Mind Over Matter? You want to touch on that before I go into another rant?
One thing I think that's good about what Fox just said. He's good, and I'm about to say I'm good. If you don't know about it, it's like just leave it alone. I hate when people speak about shit. They don't know about it. They don't have an electronic wallet.
Facts.
They don't have any extensive knowledge about Bitcoin, but they'll debate about it and go on and on. And I hate that. But again, if all three of us have cash money in hand, or we have gold, or let's say if the market today ran off of marbles, we all had a bag of marbles, and we decided to meet up on Saturday and go over here, then we actually have that. Yeah. This Bitcoin thing, like I say, if it's hooked up to a computer and your phone a signal, man, that's crazy right there. That shit can be wiped out overnight.
Look, I just got done saying earlier in the show, imagine if you was a rebel, right? You was somebody that was just trying to do your thing and really change the way things are. You had a different view. But because all of your information tools to process life is on this digital IBM computer motherboard, all they have to do is push the button and you have no access to anything. It's different than spending actual dollars or talking to a buddy and being able to exchange green dollars and dead presidents. You can't do that. Even with gold, you can go and get some gold and burn it down, make it some bars, go take it to the bank, blah, blah, blah. Anyhow, you can't do that with digital grid money. Everything is traced. See, that was one of the implements that they tried to do when they installed the Social Security. You know what I mean? Is that they had to be able to way to track the money that was being issued out from the offshore banks was to go ahead and put everybody on a number. So that's why everybody now has a Social Security card. It didn't start in America. It started off in Europe. That's where the actual Social Security comes. America is from Europe. So you guys got to remember that they're not separated. They're still a part of the... See, I don't want to say, like... Listen, I am going to say it because they're still part of the European Union. You know, NATO is the European Union, just for you know, and then Africa has their own AFRICON and all their other stuff. But America's part of the European Union. They are the European Union. Just never get that out the mind. And I'm not disrespecting any Europeans that I'm cool with. I'm just unbiasedly telling you the truth. And hopefully you guys already know because you guys have access to much information that a lot of us don't have access. Well, a lot of them don't have access to. And so, point blank is that I don't know about this one, man. You know, I'm with cryptocurrency as far as if it's the next money thing and that's the way you got to survive. And your kids, trust me, your kids are definitely going to be adapted to it because they're going to grow up with shit until they're going to grow up with virtual reality, and it's just not going to be a thing for them to take the RFID chip.
Already knowing how to use cell phones, and tablets. So
that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Bluegrass says, handshakes and $100 bills. I don't use cards. What do you use, Bluegrass, when you have to pay something online? I know you pay something online. Because even me, I'm the most motherfucking not doing this, that, but nigga, I still pay shit online. So I'm trying to ask you, what did you use to pay for your whatever shopping online? Because they ain't taking no cash, bruh.
Ain't no more CODs.
Mm-hmm. There ain't no more of that. They not taking no more cash. Can I see the lighter? Yeah, they're definitely not taking any more cash.
In the Federal Reserve.
In the Federal Reserve. I mean, I agree with you 100%. You know, before we move on, definitely the Federal Reserve. What's the point? All you did was just give some other unknown country superpowers over your own country. A country that don't even exist. What is somebody explain what's the Federal Reserve? Explain
That's
it.
not a country.
Explain what's the Federal Reserve.
You said in a country that
I definitely said a country because they own everything that you own. They're the superpowers over your states. So when I say country, who are they then? Exactly. Tell me who is this unknown entity? I guarantee you, everybody that gets something taken when they look at their check, they're gonna see the Feds is involved in it. So tell me.
Reserve.
So tell me, what is the Feds?
That's like a federal bank, man.
Okay, so who owns the federal bank? Because it's not America. I want you to be. That's why I say let's be clear here. Who owns the Federal Reserve?
Tell me, I don't know.
No, I'm wondering because I don't know. I know that I know it's not an America owned It's an offshore bank. I know that it's. Go ahead.
No, it's not an offshore.
Okay.
Bank.
So
Federal
where does it? Where do your money come from?
United States government.
Where do your money comes from? You think your money comes from the United States government? And that's something that Lincoln supposedly was supposed to be trying to fight against, was those people trying to come and take over. But at the same time, the feds won. Matter of fact, they issued you a Social Security. Matter of fact, they issued you a birth certificate. You see, the feds. You have a birth certificate. You have a Social Security card. Meaning that now you are able to be tracked. You no longer can be naturalized to the land that you live on. You can no longer have your feet planted on the ground. Before your feet touch the ground, it's going to be stamped on the actual piece of paper before it touches the ground, because now they have sole right to you. Matter of fact, unwillingly, unbeknownst, whatever words you use, English, Old English slang, you're going to go ahead and sign the contract as an idiot, meaning not nothing in disrespect, just something that you just are unaware of. You're going to go ahead and sign, yeah, I'm giving my rights away, that this kid now belongs to you. And now we're going to go ahead and issue you an actual number, and now you're stuck. Now you're on this stock market, which now has collapsed and now has all been part of, allegedly, now transitioned into this underground cryptocurrency, to where now they're playing with the numbers and they're going to get everybody to sell, allegedly, and buy it back up and become this uproot money standard around the world, which is already happening because all the elites are already using it, again, allegedly, to take your lungs and hearts.
It's a little far-fetched for me.
All right,
okay.
I believe it. It's a lot of things that's far-fetched. So let's go ahead and move on then, shall we? All right, what do we have last up in the news? You know who that lady is?
No, I've never seen her before.
There you go.
Oh, wait a minute. That's one of the jurors, right?
There you go.
From the George Floyd case.
Not quite.
No?
Nah, not quite.
Oh, she looked like it.
Look like her. You know what I mean? What you trying to say? You trying to say they all look alike, man?
No.
Like all black people look alike? You trying to say all Latinos look alike? You know what I mean? I don't know. But anyhow, that's Maria Ramos de Ruiz.
Okay.
59-year-old, allegedly offered vampire facials, which left at least 2 clients with HIV unauthorized treatments made by famous, which, you know who that is, right? Who that look like? That's who it is, Kim K. So she actually was doing these treatments that was made famous by Kim Kardashian, and you know who that is?
Oh, that's John Legend's wife.
Chrissy Teigen.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. The former owner of VIP beauty salon and spa in New Mexico, U.S., allegedly conned 137 clients with fake diplomas and continued treatments when ordered to stop after one tested positive for HIV. Indicted with more than 20 felony counts, including racketeering. Crazy. She's a G, but not a G. Tax evasions, fraud, and practicing medicine without a license. The facial procedures given involves removing blood from the body before reinserting it into the face with tiny needles.
Wow.
What do you think about this, man? That's all you can do. That's all I can do is laugh too.
I can't say what I want to say on the air.
Hey, say that shit. This is uncensored, man. We already been struck. We can't say the zombie apocalypse word.
Shit.
I mean, they strike me for my own tunes. They strike me for other people. I don't. I'll carry you, but
that's some real.
That's uncensored social. Why not just go all the way out?
That's some real white shit. That's wow. I mean, just people are crazy. Wow.
Crazy. I mean,
wow.
The celebrities though.
Yeah. Just
What about those that are actually indulging in intercourse with some of these celebrities? Because celebrities have access to everybody who goes to these shows and tours, to where I'm pretty sure they have what you call exactly what you call Halloween candy. Everybody's in a grab bag, so they're constantly mixing and moving and boom, 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 boom with everybody, and they're undergoing these things. Everybody got plastic surgery. Everybody got fake lips. Everybody got a walrus penguin's booty type. Everybody looks weird and doing these weird things. Like, man, it's almost like, would you even want to be around this type stuff?
Nah, that's a little too much for me.
So a lot of things that we can't believe. But what about the things that we do know? They're really doing it. So is this something that you would not believe that they're doing?
Oh, nah. Doing all kind of crazy shit.
So what about when you hear them drinking blood? Do
like
you
I
can?
Say, yeah. I mean, woo.
It gets weird in Hollywood. Well, ATL would now, because it's no longer in Hollywood. ATL, y'all got those problems. Y'all got the curse of the Hollywood stick, and hopefully you guys can come out of that spell of Leviathan or whatever they're going to put you guys in, because playing with that witchcraft is definitely heavy. Not saying I wouldn't act, because I definitely can act. I definitely can, speak, do voiceover, do all of that. But I definitely know how to play the game. I play chess, remember? So, moving pieces, my brain definitely will say, let's play the game. Mind over matter, what do you think about this story?
I haven't heard too much about that right there, man.
Just from what you heard. So there's actual. So let's just go off the two celebrities that we know. Let's go off the two celebrities that we know.
Weird as fuck, huh?
That's a fact.
WN Weirdo News.
Weirdo News. So like, are you? Do you have a favorite celebrity out there?
No, I despise the whole notion of celebrities.
Do you watch movies? Do you watch movies, TV shows?
I do watch movies and everything, but I despise it so much. It's hard for me to differentiate between sit down and trying to enjoy a show or sit down and criticize it.
Okay. No, that's what's up. I definitely can feel that, because that's what I mean. I don't really criticize them. I just report the news. I just look at everything and just say, man, we live in a strange, odd, weird, plain net. It's not always what you think, and what you think you may believe. Wait till you come to find out what you know. And with that, we're going to go ahead, take a break. We'll be right back. You guys are all tuned in with G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. I'm your host, G, and we're tuned in live with Phi.
Yo.
He is
the most electrifying man in streets and neighborhoods.
Already. Y'all make sure y'all come back. Go get your drink, light your woods up, do whatever you got to do. Tune back in.
You are now tuned in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. You are now tuned in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. Tuned in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. You are now tuned in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. You are now tuned in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. tuned in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. Tuned in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. You are now tuned in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed.
Want to thank you all for staying with us. You are all live on the air, tuned in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. At least through my eyes, 5 eyes, and the way we perceive this mysterious plane. We are also live with Mind Over Matter, the most kicked off, banned, disrespectful, but humble, or I don't want to use the word humble because humble is a disrespectful word, but I want to say captivative being. A person who is who he is, unlike most. And so, Mind Over Matter, you still with us?
Yes, sir.
They say that we're friends. They say that I'm too close to you, and so they can't be friends with me. Why is that? Why they hate you so much, man?
Man, what I found out on social media, and it's crazy because right when I called in, I was talking with my woman about this. It's crazy how social media has made a lot of people socially inept. It's like if we have an argument on social media, whether it's your page, my page, or a group, and you get into it, if you tell me, hey man, F you, get out of here, or I tell you that should be the end of it. But it's not. People will go make another account, and then they got to finish you off, and that's where the weirdo stuff come in at, man. It's like it's hard to describe because I've never done it. I could never see myself making another account to get back at somebody, man.
Making a burner account.
No, that's what they do. I mean, people are obsessed with people. Whether they hate you or they so-called love you. Mind Over Matter, you still with us?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. So whether they hate you or they love you, or whether they despise you, or whatever, it takes energy for somebody to actually have some type of care. See, care is the underlying word. It actually is deeper than the word love or hate, because you actually have to care to like somebody. You have to care to love somebody. You have to care to dislike somebody. You have to care to want to kill somebody.
Right.
So care is the ultimate underlying and root word of all of these feelings, because caring allows you to get that first jump. Everything else is just a feeling. But you have to care to care. If you don't care, then you're just not going to care. It's just going to roll it off your shoulder. Roll up a wood and shmeeze oak. So, anyhow, let's go ahead and get into what we're all here, I guess, to talk about. April 23rd, 15 today. April 23rd, feel it. Man, life feels so slow and unknown. Hey, big shout out goes to my daughter. Happy born day, young lady. You just hit the big 1-4. Yes, 14 today. April 23rd. Man, life feels so slow and unknown around these times. Take it slow. Love you, big head. Well, on to another note. Let's cry now. Maybe smile later. Yes, the late great Shock G from my all-time favorite rap group, Digital Underground, was found in a hotel in Tampa. No rumors to spread. I'll just say he transitioned to the unknowns at the early age of 57. Respect my G. Sex Packets. For all of you that don't know about the Digital Underground, go ahead and check them out. One of their albums and songs. Man, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Do you really know Digital Underground? I do. Smiling on, who turned out the lights? Yes, celebration spread through the slang-driven communities. As the strongest knee in the land, Derek Chauvin was convicted and escorted out, ironically, by some of his own people, but in an orange jumpsuit. Why not a red? Anyhow, are you all happy? Because the very next day, 2 more viral police shootings occurred, and one particular involves a so-called black teenager and what is known as the white typical cop. What happened? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Oh man, I know that's what a lot of you guys want to talk about. But before we jump into that, right off the back, man, have to ask you, Five, where does Shock G stand in your thought process, your memory?
Oh man.
And before you respond, I want to give apologies. We are having some technical difficulties with the system right now. I don't know what's going on, especially when it comes to transitioning. It's doing some things, so bear with us. Everything will be smoothing out, especially on the rebroadcast. Anyhow, go ahead, Five.
It's unfortunate that he passed, but it's like we all say it happens in threes, and that's what I was just waiting for. Like after DMX, it was like, who gonna be the next two? And then
Hate to even hear it has to be like that. As soon as somebody goes, you're almost waiting for the next one. Who's next?
And then it was.
And you can never almost predict who's next.
Black Rob. And then.
Well, I saw him coming. I saw Black Rob coming.
Yeah.
But Shock G, I had no clue.
Man. Yeah, nothing whatsoever.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. That definitely snuck up on me. That came out the blue. I really don't have nothing to even joke about or even go his way because really, he
was ahead of his time.
He was way ahead of his time. Even the way they did their albums, the shit that they was talking about, and who they produced and who they actually brought to the scene. None other than who else can we say? The late great Tupac Shakur. When you're dealing with Shock G, he definitely was that dude. But not just that, just the songs, even without Tupac. I mean, Humpty Hump, man, it was definitely that vibe,
Yep.
So let me ask you this, Five. Where do you rank Shock G amongst the legends?
As far as what? As a rapper?
As just who he is in hip hop. Fuck rapping because everybody don't write their rap, so we don't care about that. We care about who he is in hip hop.
Oh yeah, he used to be respected. You know what I'm saying? He was a pioneer of the game.
Can you give him a number?
On that list, I'll say 4.
4. All right, that's what's up. And you can rank him number 4 on the list. Okay, I definitely put him somewhere in the top 50. I'll
Oh,
give him.
I thought we were doing our 1 to 10.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't make the top 10, but as far as pioneers, because there's a lot of pioneers in hip hop. You know, a lot of pioneers, and even Shock G was ahead of his time in a new part of that era, but he learned from the pioneers. So I would definitely put him in the top 50. And so where he ranks in there, I definitely have to go through more of a process and see. Maybe I could even put him somewhere in the top 30, because he's definitely one of those. And for me, he's definitely in that top 20, because I actually used to mob like him, walk like him, mimic him. I mean, I used to rap like him. I used to put on the fake nose. I used to do everything like him, and it was just crazy. Just like I never thought that even put this in my brain, that this is even happening right now, and it's happening. But that's what it is, and that's just how it works, because it no longer works in threes. Now it just goes. The Reaper doesn't care.
Okay.
Mind over matter. What do you think about the loss of Shock G? Do you care?
Yeah, I didn't even know nothing about it, man. I was shocked. I was like, damn, Shock G. Um, his memories, his top memory, other than the Humpty song, that's like a worldwide hit right there. At least I think so. That was a heavy hit right there. That bass line was something else. But and that's not my favorite song all over, because I think a lot of people are like, oh, Shock G, Shock G. And he's like, name a song or lit, and they would go to the Humpty dance.
Yeah.
Mine was the song Sex Packet.
Yeah,
I like that song.
I
Sex
put that
Packet.
in. I put that in. Let's talk about it. Sex packets, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of people don't really know Digital Underground. They was definitely rated R before it was rated R. You know, and matter of fact, when Tupac was a part of their group, he was like a roadie, and that nigga used to have to be undressed damn near, humping bears and shit. I didn't put that in there, but that's what his like style was, what he had to do, and he had to earn his keep.
Stage dancer.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean, to be to become who he was. And
And don't forget, they was on the West Coast All Stars for that gang all in the same gang.
no, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
We all in. Come on, man. We all in the same. Now, man, if I wasn't worried about getting copyrighted struck again and getting kicked off the fuck off of this YouTube channel, then I definitely would played that right there, because that right there is one of the most iconic, memorable verses from me. Is from Digital Underground. Is from the same gang. We all in the same gang when he was spitting, and he definitely rocked that. And he came off, and I mean, he went from Shock G to Humpty Hump. And he was like the man, and people don't realize who he is, especially the new era. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, those that do their research, but he definitely was part of that, not 90s, but almost that early, 90s, 80s, crack of the 90s. I would just say 90s, early 90s, the break of the 90s transition. And he definitely set the wave, and again, he brought forth the one who set the way for all things that deal with rap, hip hop, the late great Tupac Shakur.
Yeah.
So I guess at this time we go ahead and give him a 3 second, 5 seconds, whatever you got for him. Put your woods down, whatever else you got, your drinks, because he's definitely a West Coast legend. You know what I mean? If he's not anywhere else, he definitely belongs to the West Coast, even though he was rooted from the East Coast. But here in the West, we definitely honored him. So let's go ahead and do that. That's what's up, my G. Transition well to the unknowns, wherever you at. Got respect for you. Oh, man. I guess this goes on to what I was going to ask earlier.
What's that?
Would you be okay with never having to work again in your life and integrate within a society that was willing to just pay you $2,500 a month to live? But you wouldn't have to do anything. You just get $2,500 to live and do whatever you can do with that.
No, because there's more money out there.
Okay.
But, nah.
So you say
That's not enough.
that's not enough? Okay. What about you, Mind Over Matter?
I read about that a couple years ago. That's the UBI, the Universal Basic Income.
Okay. You know what I mean? You guys, I mean, I can agree with both of you guys because at the end of the day, what you guys just heard is a form of communism, a form of a society in which we talked about in the beginning that we kind of went back and forth on. Would you be willing to accept?
No, and it depends on the individual. You know, my needs and wants may not compare to yours in that situation.
And that's what and that's why. So I ask you. I'm going to ask you guys again. Would you guys now prefer a capitalistic society, a socialistic society, or socialism? I'm tipsy right now. Social. You guys know what the hell I mean, or a communist society. Those three.
Nah, I prefer a democratic society.
Okay.
I prefer
So again,
a republic.
Okay, so when I go back to Democratic and Republic, if I break them down, Republican root stands for a capitalistic society, the freedom to create and do what you will. A democratic society stands for a socialistic type of society, to where you don't have everybody is equal and we're all happy-go-lucky, and but then it turns into something else to where anybody can do what they want, and let's legalize everything and from A through Z, and let's just have fun, and there's nothing again.
No.
That's just if you want to live in that type of society, or if you want to live in the other type of society. It's just but it all should become based down to a freedom of choice.
Yeah,
you know?
a free society, a republic.
But a socialist society has no freedom. See, that's the thing you got to remember. But
No. But, yeah, it does. Because
you got to explain it to me. How does it?
Because if you got the right individual with the pure intentions.
You can't have a pure intention in a communist society, because how can you when
we're talking about a social society.
Okay, so now in a socialist society, the person who creates the world's wheel that everybody is going to use to get around in, the most innovative tool ever created, right? So now I'm going to be cut down to be minimized, to allow everybody else to be entitled to what.
You're not gonna be cut down.
In the socialistic society, how can you not? I don't see
all
what.
All you're doing is just, man, it's already, you know what I'm saying, you got the middle class.
There is no such thing as middle class.
And poor.
There is no such thing as middle class. You either have what you call poor, and poor consists of those that are making it.
No. Poor is,
I'm trying to tell you the truth.
Bro.
I'm trying to tell you the truth.
And
Poor. If you think you're middle class, you're poor, because you're not rich. You're not wealthy.
No.
There's only two classes here. You're either you're poor, or you're wealthy. You're even rich people aren't wealthy. They trying to aspire to be wealthy. Rich people aren't wealthy. They just rich. They got some money here, but they don't have anything that's going to be generational, and that's what separates these things. Middle class doesn't exist into the actual real world. Mind over matter. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, mind over matter. If you have anything to say?
You making that choice again? Which one we prefer?
Basically, just on the topic of if you lived, if you were offered to live in a society where they paid you $2,500 to live, would you accept that? Then you didn't have to work. You just $2,500 to live every month. So every month they're going to replenish you with $2,500.
That's a hard question just to answer straight out, because it's like, I would take it as compensation, but that doesn't mean I would just live up off of that. I still have aspirations to do everything.
This is the society. The society is you're going to see in any society they're going to need workers still going to need workers.
I
But
mean,
but the society is
and you
that
still gonna have your hustlers that, you know what I'm saying? Use
well
it
well
and
in
keep
in a
going.
communist society you're not going to have too many hustlers because in a communist society they make sure they put the hammer down. So
Right. Yep.
there is not going to be any unauthorized drug selling at all. There is not going to be no government dealing drugs behind the scenes because that type of government is a different type of a government. And so when you thinking about a capitalistic government, you better understand about the other side of what a communist government is about. Because if you think you can get away with the, we're about to do some side dealings, that's not happening in the communist society. The government does no longer cares about any of the side cuts, for the government has total control. And so that's the difference that I want people to.
I know that, but you still gonna you still gonna have your dark spots.
In where? Oh no, you have your dark spots in everywhere, but it's a different type of form. It's just like when I asked last week. Well, not last week. Maybe what was it last week?
One thing man will always do. He will rebel, and he will adapt.
Not every man can adapt, and that's where they get you because a lot of people are sheeple. A lot of people look for a follower, a leader. A lot of people are unable to lead themselves. A lot of people are able to think outside a fucking triangle, let alone even begin to think outside of a box, to even begin to try to circle themselves. I'm just being.
The flip side of that coin is though, it's a lot of other people that are.
No, it's not a lot. It's only a percentage of a small a mute that are actually able to.
That's some. It doesn't matter.
I mean, it does matter because imagine if those that are awake outroot the percentages of those who aren't, those who go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think a lot of times you can give or take away things, and society. Well, the people in that society, they'll end up aligning themselves with what they believe in: communism, socialism,
right.
or being a capitalist. Because take for instance, when the COVID thing happened, you had people who had to get up in the morning, they had to go to work, they're making their money and everything. They were designated as essential workers. They're not liking it. Some people wouldn't even get paid hazard pay or anything. So they're going to work, then they see their neighbor yawning all day, not working, and they would get paid more in unemployment than the workers. And I seen a lady on one of my Facebook friends, and a lot of my friends are idiots. I have straight idiots on my Facebook page. Idiots, all fucking idiots, every age, kids and everything. They all idiots. Not all of my friends, but the overwhelming majority of my friends are fucking idiots. And I seen one lady who actually works, and she said, "Damn, this I might as well just get the check." And I'm thinking, like, damn, why would you say that? I was kind of surprised to read her saying that, because it's like, why would you say that when you know that it's going to put you where you don't want to do anything? You're just going to go and accept that money. So it's like you'll take a worker who believes in going out working and earning their wage. They see someone who isn't, and her mind instantly switch to being a go-getter and do herself to I'm gonna go get this. As to where the person who wasn't getting any money before to get out of unemployment, they had aspirations to make more money, use that money as a startup money for a business and everything. So it's a weird situation.
Yeah, it's a catch-22.
No, most definitely. It definitely goes either hand. And again, when you're dealing with these type of paradigms, you know, at the end of the day, every being, whether you consider yourself a human man or just a mankind or a man of alike or anything, you should always strive for absolute freedom. Because those that have hitched rides on other agendas definitely are achieving freedom. So they get it. Freedom is the ultimate point of where you're trying to head at the end of the day, you know? So Now, with that said, I have to ask, 5. Now that Derek Chauvin, I don't know if he's Russian or whatever his name is, he's been found guilty, right? Is there a need for the celebration?
Who is he?
The guy who put his knee down on George
Oh.
Floyd, who had the strongest knee in America, actually in the world, who was able to hold down a man who was 6'6", 6'7", whatever, however tall he was with his knee. He has the strongest knee in the world.
Yeah, he wasn't resisting. So, yeah, I mean, the man knew he should have got up. He should have got up. He already had him in custody. He was in the handcuffs.
Besides even getting them up, let's just say,
Yeah, so
do you? Let's just get to the celebration, because we already talked about that last week. Do we agree with the celebration? Do I won't say we do. Is it a need to celebrate?
Because, you know, it's rare. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's rare. Don't you know, since I think 2007, only a handful of police been convicted. You know, so you know what I'm saying? It's rare. You know, you can't fault the people. You know what I'm saying, too much to let out their feelings about the situations, because it's so many of the same type of killings that go on that you don't get no verdict, you don't get no closure as the family that gotta bury their loved ones. So, you know.
So how many people have you had to bury? We don't have to get into the numbers. Point blank is that you have to bury people, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Did this change anything that is going to happen in the future?
Well, hopefully, you know what I'm saying. They got new bills on the table. You know what I'm saying, laws that's you know what I'm saying, trying to get situations changed. So we'll see.
So this just happened to where he was convicted,
Yeah.
right? Found guilty.
On all 3 counts.
Okay. But then, not even the week after, or not even the week, the next day over, another cop killing happens. The celebration happened, but another cop killing happens. What does that solve? And before we even get to that part,
Actually, it happened
what
right
does
before
this?
the verdict.
Oh, even before the verdict, regardless, but he was already in custody, correct?
Yeah.
This incident had already been known virally.
Oh,
To the public.
no, that was right before the verdict.
No, I'm talking about he had already put his knee on George Floyd.
Yeah,
Incident had already happened.
Yeah,
We had already, well, not we, but they had already been out there in the streets protesting,
Right.
doing anything.
Right
And-
before the verdict, that police shooting happened.
But it happened after this was already going on, correct? Is what I'm getting to.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it was after everything, but it was right before.
Right
got
before
found guilty.
right before he found guilty.
Yeah.
Okay. Would it have made a difference had he been found guilty, innocent, anything? Would it change, juggled?
Oh, well,
No.
if he would have been found innocent, you know, a lot of people would have said, "I told you so."
So it wouldn't have mattered then.
Hmm?
It wouldn't have mattered whether innocent
Nah.
or guilty.
No.
Is what-
If he would have been innocent, everybody would have been saying, "I told you so." You know, the system gonna stay the way it's always been. But in this case, like we all lived through the Rodney King shit. We
Sure.
watched that man get beat with an inch of his motherfucking life, though.
Well, I saw him getting whooped with that motherfucking stick. You know what I mean? I mean, it's possible if they would have blowed him in the head a few times, he possibly would have lost his life. But they definitely got his ass whooped. You know what I mean? I've seen worse. But go ahead.
And
You got to ask Whoop. You know what I mean? I ain't denying that. You know what I mean? He changed the whole paradigm of the way the 90s was. But,
what was the verdict?
Pretty much let their ass go.
Okay then.
You know what I mean?
All right, that's the point.
Mm-hmm. I get you. So
and for us to be able to live through that and continue to see the way these cops kill unarmed and young black males.
Can I interrupt real quick? Do you think it just happens to black males? Do you think it happens to Latinos, whites?
Yeah.
And I'm not interjecting.
Well, no.
Giving
whites,
you guys the news.
You do whites in there too, and
Khan-Cullors.
they don't get killed by the police at the same rate. No other, you know what I'm saying, race.
And that's a
like,
viable.
Like us black and brown.
No, and that's definitely
period.
A legitimate rebuttal.
You know, you can shoot up a church. You can sit in the service for over an hour. Listen to these people preach the word of God, and then mow them all down, and they walking right out.
Bluegrass says Chauvin is going to move for a mistrial and will probably get it thanks to Maxine Waters' statements. What do you think about that, Fine?
I know where he's coming from with that, but
I think it's already been public view and determined that this is what it's going to be, and we got to go ahead and just take one. He's going to take one for the team. He has to go down, and he did some bonehead shit, and he's out of here.
He's out of here.
He's out of here. I agree. He's out of here. You know what I mean?
Fuck him.
But now, do you think that this conviction is going to change the way things are handled on the field with officers?
I mean, that's what police reform is about. Everybody want to say they want to take away the police. No, you know what I'm saying? It's a must for the police. There's a need for the police, but you gotta have the right ones, the right mindset. You know what I'm saying? All that plays a part in it. You know what I'm saying? And you got a bunch of crooked ass white cops in all these black and brown neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying, pressing the issues. And then you got your few black and brown ones that show out, you know what I'm saying, that be a part of the team and go with that badge bullshit.
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact. I've seen them.
But reform
is
real social training, making the law enforcement look like the community they policing.
Nah, that's
you know
a
what
fact.
I'm saying? I mean,
so mind over matter. What do you have on all of this? What's your opinion or perception on?
You said was it a victory?
I mean, first of all, let's go to the beginning. What is there a need to celebrate?
I mean, according to how I see things, no, because I mean, no. The man was only convicted. He was only convicted. He wasn't sentenced yet. He didn't get stabbed up in prison. You know, none of these things you would think people would celebrate. He was just convicted. And as the brother Fly
Before
said,
you go on, I don't want to provoke no violence. We're not saying kill him or anything, but if it happens, then
I'm
it
saying
happens.
that people were rejoicing as if like that, they like a newsflash came out that he was killed in jail or something. So I just said he was convicted. He's in the back. He's drinking coffee right now. He's chilling right now. Nobody's a threat to him right now. He could possibly harm himself, and that would be an easy death because he's not gonna face for what he allegedly did to the brother. But Maxine Waters was supposed to have made some statements, and she possibly could guarantee him an appeal based on that. And then it's like, what would people say then? You know what I mean? So, now it definitely wasn't nothing to celebrate. It brings me back to one time I watched this crime show, and this brother had allegedly broke into the store.
You hold on one second. You sound a little away from the phone. I want to make sure that everybody can hear you.
What about you? Hear me better now?
You're perfect.
Yeah.
Not perfect,
All right.
but
It
you're
reminds me
okay.
of this. It reminds me of this crime story I had seen where his brother had allegedly broken into the store and killed a white store clerk, and he was arrested. And when they brought him to court, he also found out he killed another black man. So you have the store clerk's family was there, Caucasian people, and then you have this other brother who was killed, allegedly by the brother, and his family was there, black people. So when the judge ultimately sentenced for these two murders, one of a white man and one of another black man, my background gonna be kind of loud because I'm
Oh no,
off grid.
you good.
But
You good.
all right. So when the judge sentenced him, he sentenced the brother to life plus, I think, like 4 or 5 years. Now, when they read the sentencing out in court, the judge gave the black man 5 years for killing the black man, and he gave him life for killing the white man. The black people in court, the deceased black man's family, they jumped up for joy, was clapping and electric sliding. The judge gave you 5 years for killing your people, but he gave him life for killing the white man. So
Wow.
some people don't know how to interpret certain things. They don't understand certain things.
It's called
So
comprehension.
when
and
it's all comprehension
and their
and
muscle
understanding
memory.
of what's
Their muscle memory allows
Right.
them to hear the first conviction as a success, and they're not able to even begin to even have that leap or think able to forward 5 to 10 steps ahead, like in chess.
right. They couldn't even differentiate between that. The judge is basically disrespectful. He gave this man 5 years for killing your people, but gave him life for killing this other dude. And but either way, to them it was a victory. So fast forward to now with this case here, they count it as a victory. I mean, I've seen it. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I ain't talking about the conviction. I'm talking about the celebration. I mean, people was posting, you gonna do this time, bitch, and and this and that. And I'm thinking like, wow, man, this man ain't even been sentenced yet.
Let me ask you this.
Everybody's happy.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Mai. Are you aware of the case that happened in Chicago? With the
which one?
with the 7-year which one? I mean, that's true. That's true. You know what I mean? But the one I'm talking about is the one that happened with the girl, the young girl at McDonald's.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Before we get into that, why don't we go ahead and just look at the video?
A backup that stretched for miles on the inbound Eisenhower at Mannheim, all lanes of traffic closed for hours. After a police-involved shooting, Chicago Police Superintendent David Brown confirmed tonight of a suspect connected to the murder of 7-year-old Jaslyn Adams. The little girl shot at a West Side McDonald's drive-thru in her father's car on Sunday. Just last night, he spoke out at a vigil.
Daddy. Last words. Daddy. A panicking daddy. I see my daughter face down in my car. I will never forget those. I want my daughter's killers locked up.
Chicago police were, in fact, on the trail of one of those men. We are told officers with the Gang Intelligence Unit were surveilling this suspect in a western suburb this afternoon and attempted to pull him over in the eastbound lanes of 290 around 4:30.
Officers followed him. He crashed his vehicle. Once his vehicle crashed, he then attempted to carjack a family that was in traffic on the freeway. That's when our officer engaged this suspect, fired his weapon. The suspect was shot multiple times.
He was taken to an area hospital. That family was okay, and no officers were injured. Superintendent David Brown says 2 weapons were recovered from the suspect, but would not say if he pointed one of them at police. Earlier this week, the Chicago Tribune reported 45 spent shell casings were found at the scene of the McDonald's shooting from 2 different weapons. Tonight, police say this suspect wasn't alone in his vehicle, but they do not think the others with him are connected.
There were other people involved, but we just have the one offender now in custody.
And we did just get a clarification from Chicago police. The suspect today was shot multiple times in the arm. He has non-life-threatening injuries and was taken to Loyola Hospital. Now, COPA is investigating this incident. Tonight, I also had a chance to touch base with LaWanda McMullen. She is the grandmother of Jaslyn Adams. She says she was aware of this development, and she said, quote, hopefully we can get a full investigation and catch both killers so the family can have some type of closure. And it appears tonight Chicago police one step closer to that. Live at Area 4 headquarters, Dana Rebick, WGN News.
Now, I want all of those who was actually tuning in, if you want to call in, you have any comments about what you observed, seen, feel free to. The number is on the screen, 951-799-9021. Again, that number is 951-799-9021. Tap in with G's Mystery Show. Yes, our world revealed, unedited, uncut, raw, and uncensored. To a certain extent. Can't say anything. You know what I mean? You definitely have to keep it to a minimum. You know what I mean? Of uncensored. You know, all that other shit. You just go to the other shit with that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, we're definitely touching some real stuff here. I mean, now, from those that seen that video, heard that video, already know about the information. Again, call in, you have something to say, want to hear your thoughts. 5, you have any thoughts on that? You shaking your head. I'm going to just move on. Mind over matter, what's your thoughts on what you've seen? Or I don't know if you couldn't see that video, could you?
Because this is what I took real quick. The video.
Was you able
the shooting?
Yeah, was you able to hear it?
The shoot. I seen it before. The footage of the 7-year-old girl, right?
Okay, not just the shooting of the 7-year-old girl. We're past that part. Now we're on to the actual father of the victim and sadly and unfortunate loss of the youngster, Jaslyn Adams. At the same time, her father was on news asking the police to solve the murder. So where we're at now is that one of the perpetrators in this case was actually gunned down by law enforcement on the highway. Not sure if he was killed, but definitely injured, definitely shot.
Yeah, he was shot. He wasn't killed.
And definitely now is going to go through, and the law definitely took care of that. But did you notice anything or observe anything that you would question in that video or just in that whole situation? You wasn't able to see the video, so just question from what you heard.
I didn't know that. So you saying that the incident happened at the McDonald's with the girl, the father survived that, the daughter died. So you saying that the guy, he cooperated with the police, and then they found one of the alleged victims and they shot at him?
I'm saying that the actual young lady, unfortunate, lost her life. Her father, I don't know if he got hit, but he definitely escaped with his life. Definitely was on the news requesting the aid of law enforcement to help him out in a situation of need. Nothing wrong with that. Definitely found the aid that it was looking for the cops. Ended up finding one of the perpetrators and gunning him down on the highway. Didn't kill him, but now all I'm asking is, did you find anything odd or weird about what transpired exactly?
What transpired for is him asking for help?
However you view it. I don't want to give my opinions, my views, my thoughts. I'm just asking the question. So whatever you guys pull from whatever I ask is odd. That's you guys' thoughts, not mine. I don't want to.
Yeah, to me, I'm not here to read. I heard something different earlier. I was hearing that he wasn't cooperating, and the reason why it happened because he was a rapper and he had pissed on somebody's grave or something. So I can understand by the other side playing by that rules as the way, we gonna get you with whoever you with. I'm not saying I agree with that, but he knows what he's up against dealing with that type of that type of thing. But now if he's requested help from the police, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, he shouldn't have did that or he should have. That's like some extreme Negro mentality as weird. I mean, how can you make sense of all of that? How can you even make sense of any of that? That happens.
Let me ask you this: somebody with strong views and opinions like you, is it okay to ask for requests from the police? Somebody just fucking burglarized my business, and I'm like,
right.
Damn, man, I don't want to do it the street way. Am I able to call the police?
Well, that's a business. I mean, if you in that game.
Okay, hold on. Before we go there, you're going too far. Before we go there,
okay,
I'm at my house.
I know.
And somebody comes to try to do me wrong. Am I able?
For what reason though?
Point blank period. No matter what, whoever just shows up in my house, everybody ain't gonna like you in the world. But somebody shows up to your house with an issue.
Right.
Are you? Am I able to call? Am I able to call?
If you get ran up on some random shit and didn't have nothing to do with it, yeah, of course. But if you did some shit to some people, like piss on a motherfucker's grave,
Even if they kill your daughter?
man, you know what comes along with that when you play you.
But even as hard as that is, even if they kill your daughter, I can't call the cops, bro. I can't.
When niggas is funking. If we got funk, man, and is gunplay involved? Is gunplay meaning, nigga, we gonna get you before you get us? Like, nigga, ain't nobody giving a fuck on who you with.
Yeah.
In the streets, that's real shit.
I'm just saying. Go ahead. Mind over matter. You have anything to add to that?
Man.
Yeah. On that right there, knowing the whole totality of that right there, will be all just discussed about.
Gotcha.
And, allegedly doing something, to the grave, and then them getting him and not caring if his daughter was with him or whatever, and then him calling the police asking for help. By the rules of the so-called street game, you're not supposed to call them no matter what. And then some people be like, well, he got out of that game once the shock of his daughter being killed, and I can understand that too. It's one of the things, and I'll be careful to respond to something like this, because remember before we had a heated discussion before about the 6ix9ine stitching thing, if he was real, if he was fake.
Facts.
And this George Floyd thing, how our views felt about how he went out. So I think people need to be careful. Well, I would, why this and that. Me personally, I don't like the whole no snitching thing, and the reason why I don't is because it gives the no snitching thing. People think it sounds cool, and I feel dumb for even falling for it way back then, because it can give the no snitching rule. It can give a coward motherfucker a reason to go somewhere and do some shit sloppily without even caring, and just say, you ain't supposed to tell him, you know I did that. You know what I mean? So I don't agree with that right there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if this dude is showing his humanity of something happened to his daughter, and if these people can help apprehend the person, then it's like, who wouldn't utilize that? Who wouldn't use that card right there? Not saying it's right or wrong.
Right.
Who wouldn't utilize that? It's like nobody's that gangster, but So that's one of the ones where it's like, man, it's you don't. I don't want to uphold no street code to no bullshit on that right there.
Let me ask you this, and I don't want to get too personal, but I have to just on this point. If it happened to you, would you fear going to jail or doing whatever, or would you just ask the laws to get involved because that's just a citizen way to go about it, or would you actually go?
Really,
I'm just being real, unbiased. Yeah,
right, really, as a man who can honestly say, oh man, I would have did that. So I may ask one of y'all that something that happened with me. Okay, when I did my robberies and the police got up on me and I had a gun in my pocket, why didn't I get off? Why didn't I get off? I had enough time when the police came down to the alley to get me. I had enough to shoot my gun and run off. I did. And somebody said, you went to like a bitch and did 18 years. And I did. I didn't want to get shot. I didn't think about shooting the police.
So
I figured, hey, they got me. I'm
that's
gone.
exactly that's exactly what I'm posing to the whole world. Even though a lot of the street code may be saying that this guy is doing the wrong thing, and I'm not justifying, denying, accepting, rejecting whatever he did. That's him. I'm just being the news. I'm biased. Is that how many of you would request the same thing? Because a lot of you on the inside could be tough as hell, but I'm not going to jail, but I want vengeance for my daughter and want the actual law, the way the system has already designed it to be, to go take care of that. And obviously what you saw, they actually did. They took care of it. They took care of it for his request. Not that they did it for him, but his will and wishes definitely got a part of it taken care of, to where now that person will be brought to whatever they call justice. And now the other perpetrators out there that's still out there will have to answer to whatever. And again, to each their own. All things are revealed in time. And all actions have a reaction, so we can never forget that. And so it is what it is. But is he wrong? Five?
No, I would say.
I love to hear somebody say that he was wrong. I love to hear somebody say that and then reveal.
I mean, I just want to. I'm not here to justify or deny, accept, reject. I'm just want to know, is he wrong or is he right? Because somebody definitely, like you said, and you was about to go on, they're definitely gonna have to prove to me that he's wrong, and they definitely gonna have to prove to me that he's right. And so I just need to know, how do you go about these situations, especially living in the grid? Because again, everything that I'm talking about, I want everybody to understand so they can overstand. I don't want you to understand none of this shit anymore. I want you to understand to overstand. I'm trying to get everybody to realize we're in a grid. Okay? When we realize that we're in a grid, a lot of this news start making sense. And sometimes, like I said, I play chess. It takes 10 steps, 10 moves, and then get what the fuck he was talking about. But that's how it works. This is all chess. And those elite, those communist, socialistic type people, and they're definitely moving chess, and everything is moving chess. But now, again, I would definitely love to hear anybody call in other than Mind Over Matter, who is definitely like an unofficial member of G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed, because again, like I said, it's not that he's my friend. I definitely just love to hear other viewpoints, and he definitely has a viewpoint that I love to hear from, and he definitely mixes and mingles. And then again, we have Five over here, you know what I mean, most electrifying man in streets and neighborhoods, who definitely understands life and does what he do. And so hearing these different viewpoints definitely allows us to have some type of balance, because all you motherfuckers looking for something to be equal, that's not the real world. Everything's not equal. You know what I mean? You have some fat, some tall, some skinny, some fast, some slow, some ugly, some pretty, some handsome, some not, some gay, some whatever. Again, I'm talking about gay happy people. Again, we have all types of different people. And so nothing's equal, but balance. You can't have light without darkness surrounding all of this shit. You can't have positive without something being negative already. Am I wrong or right? Or am I just talking to myself, or am I just babbling, or am I just lost in the sauce? I need to know.
That's the duality.
Oh, okay.
That's the duality. That's the duality. But I'll say this right here though. Now, when you get off the porch and you full-fledged hit the streets and you accept the codes, which nobody is groomed as a youngster, you just end up hearing about it. But nobody's groomed, you know what I mean, to like uphold these, you know, you're just told to do that now. But the little brief handshake of you understand the rules of the game, you can say he violated, because it's like he was supposed to go over there and do the pissing on the grave.
Yeah.
I feel you.
He ain't supposed to do that at all.
So let me ask you this. So now let me ask you this. So now that he did that, we can see or allegedly know whatever is being projected out there that he did that part. Hold on. What about the people? Can we? Did they intentionally? What about if they intentionally aimed for the whoever is in the back seat, the young lady, whoever, or not give. Is that okay?
They didn't intentionally aim for.
You don't know that. You don't know that. No.
He's the target.
He no. I want to get him too, but I want to get in the mind of I guess a killer or whoever. They're going to want to get. It doesn't matter who they're going to get. They're going to get whatever needs to be. Whoever with you, with around you, I'm going to get it. So I'm asking you, is it okay to any means necessary get whatever you're going to get at the end of the day? As long as you get something attached to that person, doesn't matter. Is it all love and warfare? Is there?
Let him
Go
speak. Go ahead.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, don't forget everybody's favorite rapper. A couple weeks ago that passed away, DMX. DMX said, "Fuck whoever stand there when you get what you got coming." He said that on the rap. Everybody know what that means.
Yeah.
Fuck whoever stand there when you get what you got coming. He said that, and everybody was dancing and rejoicing beside of that rap. So it's like we all say we understand that right there. So if you understand that, then we can't be like, oh, they should have did that. You know what I mean? And then who's to say that they knew the girl was there? They could have been like, that's him, we gonna get him. Now, on another note, who's to say the dude whose daughter got killed, who's to say he wasn't a punk, and he figured that, well, if I have my daughter with me, they'll maybe give me a pass. He could have been wrong about even trying to tote her around when he knew that he did that. He could have been a buster for doing that.
Yep. Knowing the situation hot.
But at the end of the day, when especially you would interpret how that area is out there, that they would know that nobody don't give a fuck that it's going to happen the way it's going to happen. Then us on the West Coast know that some niggas may give you a pass, and then, dealing with the young niggas, they just may not give you the pass nowadays. How back in the day, all right, I got you, my nigga. You walking with your girl, okay, but watch what happens.
Pissing on someone's loved one's grave, nigga. You ain't supposed to be worried about no pass.
So then that's why I asked you, is it okay to hit anybody necessary?
I'm saying as the target, as the nigga that set it off, because he put himself and his daughter in that situation by pissing on someone's grave. Nigga, pissing on, man, nigga, I'll fuck around, man, I'll send some motherfucking hot shit your way too. I mean, come on, man. I mean, you. So
is he wrong? So now I have to ask you then again. They not wrong for doing what they did. Is he wrong for saying that he wish that the cops, or he want them to be involved and get this motherfucker who did this to my child? Is he wrong?
I can't say that he wrong either, because, you know what I'm saying, he doing that, I guess, from a father's aspect of it. I you know what I'm saying, I give him that much benefit of the doubt. But for him to put his daughter in that situation,
but is he when we say is he putting his daughter in that situation, I mean, like, I know I get all of that.
If you really,
I'm unbiased I'm unbiased to all of this life shit. And so I'm just here to be a watcher. And so what I gotta ask is this, is that is he I mean, he's picking up his daughter, he's having her fire, water, earth, wind, spirit, wind, all that other good stuff. It's all a part of the elements of life.
Real niggas.
I got you with that. But
you know what I'm saying?
Real niggas, fake niggas, fat niggas, ugly niggas, don't matter. But this is point blank is what I'm saying to you, is that he's going to go pick up his daughter. That's life shit. At some point in time, is he not supposed to pick up his daughter?
No, he wasn't picking her up.
He took her to McDonald's. He's picking her up. He's enjoying it. Go want some chicken McNuggets.
Why would you go out in public, nigga, when it's hot? Because when you doing these type of things, you try to make everything appear to be as normal as possible. I'm not an expert. I'm just. You make everything appear to be as normal as possible. You don't freak out. You just go. And because you feel that because you fear every move you make,
because some people, but when you're at a certain age, your maturity ain't there as a seasoned professional. We're talking about a youth. Yeah, we're talking about a youth. Exactly. Exactly.
That's supposed to be with the
But
bullshit.
but again, at the
He's
same
supposed
time,
to be with the bullshit.
at the same time, sometimes you're still got to remember, just like we're going to get into the next topic. But before we do, you're dealing with humans, or whatever you want to call them, unlike mankind, whatever terms you want to give these niggas.
Okay.
Listen, the point blank is that you're dealing with people who live. They're everybody's not equal. They're going to make this. They're going to make that their decision. So
What you
how?
talking about,
So what I'm talking about is that his decisions is that, nigga, this is still my daughter. I'm just picking her up. I'm not expecting for these niggas who I maybe dumped on another day or said something pissed in the grave, whatever.
I have to disagree with that.
No, hold on. No. I'm not agreeing with him. I'm not disagreeing with him. I'm just giving you guys the way the thought processes happen. Whether you disagree, I'm here for all of that. Yeah,
What
that's what I'm here.
thought process? Your thought process?
No, not my thought process.
Well,
Don't
shit,
put that on
nigga.
me. I'm talking about the thought processes.
I'm
I'm talking about the thought processes of how it goes.
When-
If you do something, you know that the possibilities of something can happen, but because you've entered into that
But
space,
you wanna play,
because you've entered
wanna
into
play
that
dumb,
space,
you want to play
you're
dumb
not
and
you're not
take
playing
your baby
dumb.
out. Yeah, you want to play. You just say act like nothing happened.
True, but when I say
You said that shit.
listen,
This is
no,
supposed
you're
to
right.
be his mindset, right?
No.
You were speaking.
I'm speaking for him, but at the
Yeah.
same time,
Okay.
at this
bullshit
instant, I may be able to pick up my daughter,
No.
go take her out, come back, alibis, all kind of weird shit that goes on, and it just didn't play out the way it played out. And so, I mean, you again, nothing. Never mind. Point blank is that certain. Listen, it played out the way that things played out, and it didn't happen the way, I guess, we would want it to happen. But it happened the way life happens.
Because
Life doesn't care.
He out here bullshitting around, play banging, disrespecting.
Who
these
said he's
people.
play banging? He just got
Because-
caught up in the life. That's part of the life.
Because if you was really part of the life, bro, and you know you
Everybody's
and you
not
got
perfect.
people coming for
Everybody's
you,
not perfect.
I ain't saying he perfect. I'm saying he should know what type of situation his ass is in, because he's into that type of shit.
He is and he isn't.
And why you not gonna be aware, nigga, your surroundings, nigga? You know these people coming for you. You know these motherfuckers.
I get all of that.
Sending hot
I
shit
get all of that.
your way.
I get all of that.
And
Let me ask you
gonna-
this.
And you gonna take your baby out?
I get all of that. I get all of that. And
I would have went.
I hate putting people on the hot seat, but let me ask you this.
I would have went to.
Mind over matter. Hold on. Mind over matter. You ever had some hot situation going on?
Yeah, I know. I was.
And then
you
did you stay undercover or did you play it all? Like, wasn't me.
I can be 100% honest and sit back and say if I've ever been in some hot shit where like
You don't have to give the detail.
and
Just
pump the game,
just in general.
man, absolutely, positively not. To this day, right now, absolutely, man. When you join certain stuff and you say certain stuff, you already agreeing to all the rules that come along with that right there.
No, and
Now,
that part
but we
that
agree to
part
that.
I don't dispute at all. I mean, as a news journalist, I have to agree with you guys on that
He
part.
shouldn't have took her out.
I agree with you guys on that part. But I agree on the humanistic side is that I'm still a father. I still have to take the chances of enjoying my life with my daughter. And I still have to.
But you forfeit that. But you forfeit that when you go piss on somebody's grave. You forfeit all that. You forfeit with your grandmama, your mama, your niece, your nephew, anybody that you love. You forfeit all that. And dude knew that. He knew that shit.
I hope this is a learning lesson.
He was out there play banging. He was out there play banging, and actually he got what he had coming. He got what he got what he had coming. It was supposed to be for him. Unfortunately, his daughter got it. But because of his actions, he got what he had coming. He had that coming.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So you guys feel that karma is real?
Man, hell yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. You really feel that karma?
He tried to alter karma.
Yeah.
He tried to alter karma because there's no way in the world do I believe he did that and then think, well, I'm just going. Okay, now I'm going to jump back into my father's side and play daddy. No, nigga, no, you're not. You're gonna play the same nigga you was, pissing on that grave, and we're gonna catch you slipping.
Yeah.
It's no putting on a different costume.
Yeah.
You can't do that, because the same way nobody made him go do that.
Yeah.
Nobody made him all of a sudden play the father role. He didn't even play the father role, but he went to piss on the grave, because the father wouldn't. Like, man, this really gonna put me out there like this. I better not do that shit. He didn't care about that. He was out there play banging.
Bluegrass says what you guys are all saying is that cautionary tale. Everything you do can affect your family and friends.
Hell
Yeah, but the thing is, it's a twist on that, because let me run this by you right here. Most people don't think about this. Two people go do a robbery. They both get caught.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't over with right there. That don't mean both of them got to go to jail. It don't matter if we both on camera, because one can always let the other one go. You can say that your primary threatened you. Y'all just got to be both in cahoots with that. Now, you don't snitch on your primary, but one can say, hey, look, man, both of us don't need to go to jail for 20 years. But I'm going to tell them I was high on dope, I made you do it, and you was going on with the story.
Yeah.
Most people read the transcript, be like, oh, you told him your crime? He like, nah, we came up with the story. Nah, you pumped it, you pumped it, you should do that time with your crime. It's like, nah, motherfucker, it don't take two people to do one crime. And I've been in that situation, because I'm the one that ended up with 18 years.
I know. I'm aware of that. Mm-hmm. That's why I like your story.
So it's all on perspective and how you look at stuff, and the so-called street code, which we know it's all bullshit. We know it's all bullshit, because he could have left Chicago and started new life in Minnesota and just lived his life out. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's ways to get out and do things. And he didn't take the real righteous dad route. He figured, this McDonald's line is off. I can't do this in McDonald's. I'm with my seed. You can't do this.
Well, maybe not even that deep. Maybe just 5 minutes away, real quick. Boom, do this real quick, and out, and I'm getting away with it. And it just happens that, exactly. And now that's what I'm saying. When the block is hot, but in a humanistic mind, because again, is humans not allowed to make mistakes? This is what I'm asking.
Of course they allow.
Are humans not going to make mistakes?
Of course they are.
Okay, so are they going to have good intentions even within their mistakes?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. What he did is understandable. Nobody's saying, oh, man, this dude, it's like, damn, he was in a tough predicament right there, boy. He's in a tough predicament. But I know when he wake up in the still of the night, he like, damn, man, pissing on the grave what caused this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, again, you guys said karma. It's real. It definitely comes back around. Time reveals all things in the end. Catches that back up with you. No matter how you try to run, it pops, it bangs on you.
Playing around in these streets, man.
That's what it is, and it's not even just being in the streets and to that extent of doing anything that affects another person.
You know what I'm saying?
But it goes down. I would say it goes down in the book as him being a coward, because he was supposed to handle that. He know the game now. Okay. I got to ride this out. I got to be in that burial site right next to my daughter now. I got to.
Yeah.
And he didn't choose to do that. He chose to go, hey, I need a life raft. He went to the police and asked for a life raft, and they helped him out.
I mean, like I said, I'm not here to agree or disagree. I just say you make some valid points, both of you. And I mean, man, getting into this life and just dealing with it, even at a young age, because I think that this is the lesson that needs to be learned, when you're eating the fish and spitting out the bones here, is that being young and getting yourself into something, because you're so young and immature, you have no wherewithal of what's to come out of this. You're not looking in the future. You're worried about just now. You're the same person that's not worried about investing into anything that's going to make you become something else at the end of the day. You're just now, which now has no future, really has no past. It just has a present, because you don't care about anything. Go ahead.
Well, he was a rapper, right?
I don't know what he was. I don't even pay attention to that. I just pay attention to what the point of it all is. And the point of it all is that,
well, he didn't have to be out there fucking around in the streets.
That's the point of it all. And the point of it all is that when you get into these things, man, you definitely got to be aware of every action has a reaction.
Of course.
Nothing goes without. something always comes around.
Especially, I don't know how you think you're just gonna go about pissing on somebody's grave and ain't shit gonna happen to you. I just don't get that part right
True.
there.
I wonder if I'm gonna be punished for sitting on
you ain't
people's
that
graves.
hard, nigga.
I mean, I'm not hard
I
at all.
mean-
I definitely sat on
mean-
people's graves, not my enemies and nothing like that, but like back in the day. And a few people that's probably listening to the show, they know what we used to do. We used to go out there to the graveyards, man, and smoke blunts in woods and chill
okay,
and
yeah.
talk that bullshit and try to
Niggas
see who's
did
scared
that.
and all that, and jump over niggas' graves and all that other weird shit. And I know y'all know what's up. You know what I mean? Parwood. Yeah.
man,
But anyhow.
No, on a serious note, man, you know, man, if you don't have to be out there like that, man,
And
get out the
I
way.
apologize for all the graves that we jumped over. People probably fell or ashed something on. Respect. And then go ahead. So my apologies, because I know that might not be respectful at this time.
Shit.
What I now when you ask what I would have done now, this what I think he could have did. You know, I mean, it ain't again. I don't want nobody to think like this street code is like the epitome. It's a bullshit. It's bullshit. That street code it never was real. The street code shit, it never was real because people don't uphold to it. So, but what he could have did.
Well, it's only real to those who follow it. It's not real to those who authorized
it's only
it
real
before.
For somebody get in a predicament like he did.
Exactly.
And anybody can be in that. And they probably did the same thing that he did. But what he could have did though is he's under the code of the street thing, so he's not supposed to do no snitching, no telling, no cooperating with the police.
Fact.
What he could have did was he could have went and he could have had counsel with somebody who's not underneath that. A family member, somebody who ain't need that, and told them what all happened, who it was, and then they leaked it out.
But then
Like,
that's
yeah,
what
he
they
told
call
them what
dry
it was,
snitching,
but at least it
though.
wasn't him.
That turns to dry snitching, which is still a form of snitching, which means you're still
You gotta go
telling.
out there and
He was snitch, yeah, he is snitch.
And you still giving away something to which, at the end of the day, if it's really like that, and you really feel that deep about it, and this is just personal, you got to kind of do that right then and there, like take care of that. I mean, I'm feeling like Hercules. I'm going to go out and ball of glory, and just everybody got to die. If you shoot something like that, mine, and I'm able to live. Everybody got to die until I die. I don't know. I don't know. That may be weird. Maybe not. Then again, I got to be humanistic and say I don't know, because everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face, and then they change that shit up. You know, some people some people get dizzy, bruh. And then once they get dizzy from that first sock, they know that, okay, hold on, my G, I gotta slow down a little bit. I might not want to fight you like I thought I might want to fight you. I might want to, hey, big homie, can you come and help me out a little bit? I mean, I'm just being real. And then some people may take that sock and then be like, hold on, once you knock me out, you didn't kill me? Cool, I'm coming back. And everything got to go. But again, that's what makes a hero or a coward. Both have the same thought process. It's just the random act of what that person is going to do. A hero sometimes jumps into the gunfight not knowing that he's about to lose his life. He just does it, which makes him an idiot. Yet he's the hero because he just did it, even though he may not even have the strength to even win. He just did it. The coward thinks about the shit and says, hold on, I'm not gonna do that, bro.
It's been in shootouts, man. I'm telling you, nigga. When the shit is hot, you supposed to, you cover your bases, nigga. When you going to war, you going to war, and for him to go out like that, to have his baby go out like that, you know what I'm saying? He gotta own that.
Mind over matter. You have any closing moments or thoughts on this part right here?
Yeah, not like you said, man. Everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face. What somebody would have in that situation as a human being, yeah, we understand his pain and why he did what he did. We can say we would have did it, this and that, but for us calling it out for the play, he did the wrong thing by pissing, and then he had to get out the game by telling. So it's like he made all the wrong moves all the way around the board.
No, I mean, I don't know what to say about this except for, man, that's
I agree.
Child losing her life like that, and then feeling and just that right there, and then I just know how it just plays out here in this battlefield. That there is no
I've
rules.
been in a situation where we had to tell my sister and a few other loved ones, like, hey, you know, y'all gotta go to auntie house for a little bit, you know, real shit.
And that's where it gets.
Yeah,
That's
nigga,
where
I mean,
pressure
nigga,
comes in.
Man, yeah, nigga, we in the streets of Dino what?
And life is real, man, out here. And
So yeah, nigga, start play banging. If you, man, ain't really with that shit, get out the way, man. It ain't no sense in it anyway. You know?
Well, it is the sense. If it ain't making no, what you guys call cryptocurrency, because dollars is almost out of here. Anyhow, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take a break. I want to thank you all for still staying with us. You're tuned in live with G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. I'm G. You're here with 5, the most electrifying man, and what they call the streets and neighborhoods. We also have Mind Over Matter, dialed in live, one of the most controversial figures out there in whatever you call this social media matrix, online. Get kicked off if you're talking some real shit. Stay on if you're part of the society and social engineering. Hey, that's what it is. And I'm just tipsy to the motherfucker, vibing with you all. It is what it is. We'll be right back after this.
You are now tuned in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. You are now tuned in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. You are now tuned in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. You are now tuned in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. You are now tuned in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. You are now tuned in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. You are now tuned in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. You are now tuned in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. You are now tuned in to G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed.
Hey, we are back. You all are tuned in live with G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. I'm here live with you all. It's getting into the later night. This is, we're about to get ready to close out the show, but you know we're definitely about to get into, I know what you guys want to talk about. Here with 5.
Yo, what's good?
Alrighty. We also got Mind Over Matter on the line. You still with us, Mind Over Matter? Now I know you got kicked off of some of your social networks, but can we find you anywhere? Where are you at right now? Gotcha. I think you're breaking up right there, and I got this actual sage burner right now, so this may help you. You want to repeat that so they can hear you again?
Asking the man needs to step back up. He needs to regain his spot back.
Okay, but where can they get those T-shirts at? Because I don't think they could hear you.
Oh, they can get those. You can get those T-shirts at It's a brother in Florida that's making them. You can go to Lamont Macon on Facebook and inbox me, and I'll be able to run it down to you from there.
Okay.
And also, if you're in Los Angeles, make sure you check us out on May 1st, 12:30 to 4:30 on Florence and Normally. We're gonna be revisiting the 92 the Truce or Nine Deuce. There's going to be a lot of people down there. There's going to be some speakers down there. And after that, we're going to have a small but really nice roundtable pull-up discussion, a political pull-up discussion that's going to be like no other. You know, you're going to hear some things you may not agree with, some things you might agree with, but it's definitely needed because social media is a good source for information, but it's a lot of tomfoolery going on up in there. And people need to understand what's real and what's not real.
Okay. Now, let me stay with you, and before we go on to this last part of the show, I'm actually burning this sage because I got a feeling that, I don't know, it might get a little controversial. Things may get out of line. People's views may get distorted. Certain opinions may cross, and just the way we perceive things may not agree. I'm cool with that. So, sage burnt. Let's get some good mojo. Enough with the good mojo. Now the good bad guy comes into play. I don't give a fuck about your opinions. I don't give a fuck about what you say, although I'd love to hear them. So now that we're about to go ahead and get into the last part of this show, we're going to go ahead and deal with what's going on with Ma'Khia Bryant. Five, you aware of what's going on with Ma'Khia Bryant?
Is that that's the 16-year-old that got shot?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
What do you feel about that case?
Yeah, I don't know what the cop was thinking.
So you blame the cop or you blame the victim?
No, because she had a knife in her hand and supposedly, you know what I'm saying, lunging at someone. I'm not familiar with the video though.
Okay. What about you, Mind Over Matter?
I've seen the video.
So,
okay.
What is your feelings on this case? Unbiased, whether you want to be hardcore or not, say whatever the fuck you feel. I want to hear it.
Sad situation on all sides. All of those there should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah.
I mean that sums it up. But I mean, do you put the blame? You put the blame on anybody?
Yeah, a 16-year-old got a knife. Her parent, her daddy
I
was
put the
out
blame.
there.
I put the blame on. To me, it's the adults. They could have. No one. The police didn't have to be called. She didn't have to be shot. None of that had to happen if the adults over there had stepped up. For the footage of it, there was one man there. I placed the blame on that one black man that was there.
Okay.
I placed it on him.
So now you put the blame on that. Now I'm gonna go revert back to what somebody said in the chat, in regards to the other case that kind of deals with this case now. Nakia says, the whole situation was tragic. Pissing on a loved one's grave is the equivalent of someone spitting in your face. Unacceptable.
Yeah.
Period. So, let's revert this to this case. No matter who's wrong or right, somebody's coming at you with a knife and somebody approaches the scene, white, black, Asian, Puerto Rican, or brown. Who's in the wrong? Well, before you answer that, let's go ahead and watch the video and let's see what the people who haven't seen the video, let's see what they have to say. Why don't we go ahead and check this out?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, get down, get down, get down, get down. My mama.
me now in a Faulkner Focus exclusive, that neighbor, Donovan Brinson. Donovan, thanks for being with us as a first-person witness. I want to start with the perspective that you have from your garage and what you say that this video shows.
Well, I didn't witness it directly myself first. I didn't witness it until after I viewed the video on my garage. My house is across the street, catty-cornered from the house where the incident actually happened.
I know from reading the New York Post, because that was your first interview, this is your first television interview, that there might have been an altercation or some words that were spoken right before this. Do you know anything about that? Did you see or hear anything before this? Because that's the part of the story that we don't have fully.
Well, so me and my wife were coming home from having a late lunch, and there was a young lady in pink and then another young lady out front exchanging words. We didn't think too much about it, but they were very, very loud. You could tell they were upset about something. Didn't take note of what they were arguing about, so I had no idea. We went inside our house, then went out to the backyard to play with our dog. I realized I forgot something out in the car and ran out to the car and grabbed it, and as I did that, one of the girls locked another girl out of the house, and then they said something about, how dare you lock me out of my mama's house? This is my house, too. And I just kind of thought, this is going to die down. They'll unlock the door, they'll figure it out, and it'll be done and over with. Well, I went back inside, and about 5 minutes later, me and my wife decided to come inside the house, and that's when you heard the shots. My wife got down on the ground, and because there was no retaliation shots fired, I figured that was a cop out there. So I went to my laundry room and took a look outside, and that's when I saw Makeo on the ground and everyone else kind of in a chaos, unfortunately, because it literally just happened. I didn't think anything about my garage footage until after more officers arrived and taped off the scene and was trying to resuscitate her. And then I thought, oh, my gosh, I've got this on film. Let me go check my computer. So I told an officer on scene, I think I have this on film. He asked me to go check, which I did. And sure enough, I went ahead and downloaded it and burned it to a DVD for the cops on scene.
What, in your interpretation, and again, this is just from your vantage point, you have part of the story we didn't have before, and that was some of the lead up to this, what you and your wife had heard and had witnessed on your own was an altercation. You thought it would die down. It did not. You're watching that police officer. We've had a lot of people guess at what might have been his choices. 9 seconds he had to deal with a volatile situation. What, in your interpretation, were his choices in that moment?
Not much. He only, like you said, he only had seconds to respond. From my point of view, watching this, unfortunately, the whole scenario put him in a bad spot regardless of what the situation was. He could have either not fired and the young lady in pink could have got stabbed in the neck and been brutally or fatally injured and then responded and shot, and that would have been 2 young ladies possibly dead. Or he could have responded the way that he did, and unfortunately one lady lost her life in an incident that probably could have been avoided.
Wow. I know one of the things you have said is that the video doesn't lie. Real quickly before I let you go, what does that mean?
It shows. He literally got out of his vehicle and had seconds to respond. So the video doesn't lie. I mean, there was an altercation. He responded. He reacted with what he thought was his best judgment. Whether that means he tried and go for the leg, which I don't think he had time to take aim and go for a leg, to be honest. So he did what he thought was best.
Donovan Brinson captured footage of the shooting of Ma'Khia Bryant on his above garage door camera, which you shared with me, Donovan, is triggered by motion. And as soon as the squad car pulled up, your camera went on and went into action. And that is why you have the vantage point. You've got audio. You've got a completely different look than what this is, which is the body cam video. Donovan Brinson, thank you for your time, for sharing your eyewitness account, your video with the father.
Oh man, oh man. Now, I know there was a lot of views. Seen it online, offline, heard it, observed. A lot of opinions, a lot of things being thrown out there, but nobody was really actually paying attention to the video, but a few folks. And so I really need to ask those unbiasedly, whether you are a black nationalist, a conscious community activist, too hardcore for YouTube, so you gotta always be the hater and go against the grain and do whatever you do to get views. Whether you are just the unbiased motherfucker like me who just looking at this shit like, oh, whoa, hey, oh, damn, oh, yeah, whatever. I have to ask you. I'm gonna start with you, Mind Over Matter. Did you see or hear any of things that was going on?
Yeah, I've seen that video probably about 100 times.
Okay, so asking you from let's just go off the media's, the old media or the not even old media. Let's just go off of the scenario that has been painted. Who is at fault here?
Going off of what the media says.
Not just the media, the people, good black folk,
people,
good white folk, good Mexican, good whatever folk you hearing on the online. What is the scenario of people painting? Who's at fault here?
I've seen a lot saying that the officer could have did this, could have did that. When I first seen it, it happened so fast, you don't get a good look at it. When you watch it in slow-mo, man, you see it's action-packed. And you see somebody flip, somebody get kicked, and then in the end, when you get to the end of it, you're like, why did that girl do that? Why did she do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you watch it again, and then you're trying to find a way where it's like you can help her out, but in the end, you just can't. You just, I mean, I couldn't. I watched, like I said, 100 times,
Yeah.
and in the end, I still can't make no
She waited for the police to pull up.
For why she said it? What did he say?
She waited for the police to pull up to lunge.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Because a lot of people get caught up with what they seeing. I'm thinking about how some people look at the video and they just envision what they see. Some people watching the video, and you feel comfortable assuming that how you know the voices and shit was said. Me personally, I feel like it was some people went over, whatever people saying on that. They went over there and she had to defend herself. But the thing is, I think once that squad car pulled up and she seen Master out there, I get to show my ass right now. I'm gonna run out there and I'm gonna grab and shoot on our backs.
Yeah.
It didn't work out the way she thought. I guess she thought the footage was gonna show her.
Hold on. Before you say too much, you're fading out a little bit. You're going in and out. You might want to come back in and say that last part over so everybody can hear you.
I thought that based on from what I've seen, watching it at least 100 times, I got the idea that when the police was there, it was like, okay, lights, camera, action. I'm gonna show my ass, and in the end, you got showed up. You got showed up in the end.
Yeah.
It's enough footage on there to see that cop when he exit. First of all, he didn't even pull up to the curb. He pulled up enough where he had to get out the car, and upon him getting out, you see from the video, his left hand is up. He like, whoa, 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 and you can hear it. So you see the hand saying, whoa, 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 and you hear somebody saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. Then you see him draw his weapon. So it ain't like he hopped out gung-ho and was shooting everything. And as far as the folks on this saying, well, he could have shot the knife out of her hand. He could have shot kneecap. Those are people that play too many goddamn video games. You retarded and you play video games too much.
Hey, before you go on, let me just say this, bro. Let me interrupt because you are absolutely right. And I just want to say this because I've been hearing a lot of shit on this internet type shit that how come the cop didn't shoot him in the leg? Oh, it's another cop killing a black person. White cop. A lot of things I agree with when it comes to a lot of things. But this one right here is not the case. a lot of you guys can't discern scenarios because you guys go with the flow, and what's ever popular, because most people are sheeple, they follow the scenario. Or some people try to jump ahead of the pack, not knowing enough information. They try to run with it and start talking that fly shit and try to get the views and try to excite crowds when they're just making themselves look like fools, and they allow me, a person like me, to realize the type of people that they are, that they really ain't as genuine as you may think. So with that being said, when you're looking at this case, me, I'm an unbiased person, and I'll really be looking at shit logical. For those that really rock with the way I view things, then understand this. I'm not here to defend no cop, whatever you call pig, blue, whatever nicknames you niggas have for these niggas. I'm not here to defend none of this shit, but I'm definitely here to tell you, if you approach this scene right here, more than likely, you probably wouldn't be as accurate as this man was, obviously, because he definitely had to make split decisions here. And it would have definitely went a different way in many different rations.
He saved her life.
He definitely saved her life. But he also, if you want to get into some, because you guys be saying racist shit for everything, when race is not even what you're looking for. You're looking for the word prejudice. But let me go ahead and put it into the perfect context for you guys. If he was truly prejudiced, not racist. Race just means your race first. There's no white people in this scenario. It's all black people. So it has nothing to do with races. You're dealing with prejudice if you guys are looking for the right term. I just have to put that in the right context because there's a lot of confusion going on here. Racist and prejudice are two different words. Because if he was prejudiced, there's no white people here. He's not racist. There's no white people here. It's all niggas. It's a nigga kicking a girl right in front of him. He had the option to shoot the girl first. To shoot the nigga first, who was kicking the girl. But he had enough wherewithal and enough in that split second determination to not shoot the man who's kicking the girl, no weapon involved, not life threatening, just basically a kick. And okay, we're going to deal with that a little later. This is happening in a split second. None of you niggas been put in that position. I've been an executive protection officer in real life. In real life, I know about these real things in real time. So when I hear you guys say a lot of shit, how come you didn't shoot him in the leg? How come you didn't shoot the gun out of their hand? You niggas act like these niggas is marksman, aim snipers. And these niggas is not that. They're trained to shoot center mass because center mass is the easiest point of the body to hit. That's it. That's all. It's not nothing spectacular. You can't hit a leg off point because a person move a leg, you might miss and just hit a little skin it and it ain't going to do nothing. The center mass is hard to move, just like when you playing basketball. You know what I mean? Most motherfuckers is following the ball. If you follow a nigga's chest, his center mass is what's going to determine where he's moving. That's it. That's all. You niggas put too much spookism on this shit. And I'm just here to give you the simple. None of you niggas been in that position. I ain't never been a pig, what you guys call a cop, but I definitely been an executive protection officer where I had to put people's lives or defend people's lives and really be out there and know how it works and what you're aimed to shoot at. And so because I had to bodyguard people, I know what you're aimed to shoot at. And what you're aimed to shoot at and protect or to demolish is the center mass. That's it. That's all. It's the easiest part of the body to hit. And so instead of him hitting the guy who kicked the girl, he had enough trained muscle memory because he was already had his hand on his trigger on his gun ready to extract it. But he when he extracted, he didn't just extract it right away. See, a cop that's coming out there to do some shit already got their gun out, already got their gun pointed. Nigga, they ready. They on that high alert. They is with the shits.
But he saw her coming though.
So he saw he pulled up on the scene. Shit was already, it looked calm when he first came there. When he first approached the scene, and I'm not here to defend him. So all you motherfuckers that's going to be in that inbox, get the fuck out of there. Because I'm not here to defend this motherfucker. I'm just here to give you niggas the real view of what a real unbiased journalist sees and all that other shit that y'all want to talk about. Y'all do y'all. Don't move me not one bit. But what I saw is the motherfucker didn't come out straight with he didn't come straight out the holster with his gun. He didn't. And he even watched the dude kick the girl on the ground.
Yeah, but that's not the priority.
Okay, that you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. That priority is not the person who's not in a life-threatening situation. The priority is the one who's in a life-threatening situation. Same thing if my principal, you know what I mean? If a person is attacking a person with a gun, hopefully somebody who's 18 can get to them person. But if not, I got to be worried about the one who's secondary, who's about to do something with the actual object of matter of fact, of in definition, meaning just they're not going to be here anymore. You know what I mean? To where you definitely want to intercept that. But when you come in with non-life threatening tools, bruh, he had enough muscle memory to overlook that and get to the person with the knife that was going to stab that young lady right there in the pink. And what's unfortunate is the lady who got killed is the one who called the cops.
Yeah, out there fucking around, playing around like he said, oh, I'm gonna show up. Like, okay, you call the cops, and then you gonna wait till you see the police to lunge at somebody with a fucking knife? Come on, man. And force that man to make a split-second decision. See?
So again, now that who do we blame in this situation? Is that cop at fault?
No.
I mean, that's the only unbiased thing I want to get to right here.
No, I don't think
because it's not. I know we like to blame cops for everything, and I agree. Them niggas.
Well, even though she big as hell to be 16.
Well, regardless of whether she's big or not.
Hold on, that's what I'm saying. Hold on. She's 16 years old. There's no way in hell I'm gonna allow my 16-year-old daughter to do this shit. She at home.
But wasn't that her dad that was with her right there too?
Supposedly, yeah. So, for me, home training starts at home. Man, y'all know me. I'm hands-on. I'm firm with mine. So, man, you blame mama and daddy because there's no way in hell she got that far. And then I think they all related.
That part of the story is unconfirmed all the way. I don't know, but I do know that they all knew each other. They had some type of dealings with each other. Me personally, being a person that's unbiased, I know how teens can be, young teens can be. I definitely know that they can be violent. They definitely can be disrespectful. I mean, and so I definitely know that a lot of teens get themselves caught up in adult situations. I'm not here to blame the teen. I'm not here to blame the person that was in the pink that was about to get stabbed. I'm definitely not here.
Well, you gotta blame the teen too, because nowadays all these kids want to be grown before their time.
Oh no, well I'm just talking about in losing her life, because at the end of the day, losing your life, nobody should die unless
but
some
cause
things
and
make
effect though. You know what I'm saying? She let her 16-year-old attitude do all that. You know what I'm saying?
But she didn't know that. And that's what I'm trying to say about the human being part of it all. She didn't know that she was about to lose her life right there. The cop didn't know that he was about to kill somebody right there. And the person in pink didn't know that she was about to be saved by a cop who was about to be protecting her from her coming over there to start some shit. And so it's a lot of shit that happened there that nobody knew that was going to happen. So people blaming the wrong people in this.
No. It ain't that blaming the wrong people, because it should have never got to that fucking point. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, so some shit's just going to happen. Nothing should ever happen. I shouldn't fall when I'm walking over a concrete with a higher little level of environment, and I trip. But things happen. Things happen.
Man, things happen.
This shit happens every day.
On that bullshit. Yeah, because motherfuckers want to be ignorant enough to put themselves in that situation. Feeding off them fucking stereotypes and all this other bullshit, man.
Yeah. I wanna say this. I think that I still stick with what I said. I blame the dude, because we assume
which dude? The police or the father?
Father.
Oh, but let me make the people that's in the chat or whoever mad. By no means do I blame the officer. The officer should be given a steak dinner that night. He did man, for the pressure he was underneath. Man, he performed. Whatever they pay him, they need to pay him double, because that motherfucker performed that day, man.
That's one thing I will agree. I don't know about a raise, but he definitely performed. That motherfucker.
He caught her right when she reached back with the knife and get ready to strike her.
Yeah.
I definitely want to commend that officer, whether he was whatever nationality or Caucasoid, Mongoloid, Negroid,
He saved
what
her.
other roids?
Let me finish what I was gonna say. He deserved a steak dinner. He deserved a steak dinner and a raise because he saved the life and of course these people that's he racist this and that. If he was racist, he would have gunned down the
Both of
motherfuckers
them.
he was chasing. He would have gunned down. He would have shot the nigga.
He would have gunned down that nigga first that kicked that girl because that was right in front of him.
Everybody over there said they all was a threat. We all would have been hollering, "Oh, these racist motherfuckers." But like I say, go back and watch it in slow mo. It does you no justice to watch it in regular speed. You gotta watch it in slow mo and then picture what this man's underneath. The only reason why these people was talking about he could have shot the knife out the hand and the knee shot. And
Them
the
niggas is
ankle
crazy,
shot and all
bro.
this and
Them
that.
niggas ain't never been to no real.
I'm about to get on that. I'm about to get on that. Those are people that play them fucking video games way too much. Those are corny, goofy.
Those
people,
are niggas that
black
don't
people.
hold guns. Them niggas probably
Yeah,
borrow
they
their
don't
friend's
hold
gun and
guns.
walk to it, and then they don't shoot
They
guns.
play
bro.
video games. They watch the court shows. These are people that go to real life court and talk about the shit they see on Judge Joe Brown. These are retarded people, and then you bring it back to the people that was there. Some of those adults there, they had to been kind of slow, because all that shit don't make no sense. None of that shit makes sense, and that's why I say I blame that man. Man, because we assume that that's her father. He been in the streets, or he knows what's going on. And obviously, he didn't know nothing, so none of that stuff had to happen.
Not just the father. Hold on, man. Not just the father, bro. What about the officer? I'm not backing him. I'm just saying real talk. That nigga didn't know what was going on. He don't know who called, who's the nigga. That nigga saw a knife in somebody's hand. He didn't shoot the big nigga that kicked the girl, and he shot the person that had the knife. He doesn't know all of the shit that's going on that everybody that watch the news now and get all the information, and now they talking about, oh, he should have did this. He should have. And first of all, everybody's not an expert aim. You don't have to be an expert aim to be a cop or officer. All you have to do is be able to shoot center mass, meaning when you're trying to take out a target, you're shooting at center mass. Whether you unload the clip or shoot 1 or 2 bullets, the whole point is stop the threat. Go ahead.
Look how embarrassing the situation is. Here's the cop arrived on the scene. He don't know nobody over there. He arrived on the scene where shit is going down. Everybody that was there before the cop arrived, they know what's going down. How the hell in the end of all that, he do the right thing and all the rest of them dumbass retards did all the wrong thing? That's embarrassing right there. And we hollering Black Lives Matter. That's embarrassing right there.
Now, that's a fact. Now, I do want to go ahead and interject this, though, because I did hear a lot of rumors. I'm not sure if I was hearing it right or the video that I saw. That's why I didn't put it in there, because I don't know if that's... I just know that there's some conspiracy going on about that the cops did holler all Blue Lives Matter. So, if they hollered that, if they did holler that, that's some fuck shit.
He got out and had a Blue Lives face mask on.
Who said that he said that?
Well, I've seen video. I've actually seen video.
He was wearing one when he got out the vehicle.
Yeah, I've actually seen video to where I thought I heard him say Blue Lives Matter, but I don't know if that's real or not or anything. So I only can do verified news to the most part. I
thought you was gonna say one of them people there said. I would have been nothing.
No. That's what I'm saying. I think one of the cops said that. That's what I'm hearing from the video. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? I don't even know I'm reporting it, but it could be possible that one of the officers, when that shit happened and they was supposed to be giving some kind of CPR, that one of them said, or they wasn't, that something was said about Blue Lives Matter when all the commotion was going on, going back and forth. I mean, again, everybody is humanistic, so when your niggas are saying something, the motherfuckers gonna say something back, but at the same time, if they said that shit, that definitely is a desensitized situation where it shows that, yeah, when you get into that type and you're dealing with most people ain't never been on that side, but when I can guarantee you when you're on that side and you see a lot of death, a lot of things, a lot of stuff is going to be normal to you. So the type of heart that you might have for a situation, I can guarantee you the other side just ain't going to feel that same way. Same thing with paramedics. They see death every day. You don't. So when they come home, you see something happen, you're going to visualize a certain way and they're going to be able to eat their steak or their ground turkey tacos or whatever the fuck their fruit. Point blank is what I'm talking about is that desensitization is that everybody's not going to see the same thing. And so how you view a situation, they may not view the same situation the same way. It may not even matter to them in the way it matters to you.
Like you said, you slow down and watch it, you know what I'm saying? You see what it is. But I didn't even you have to slow it down for me. Once I seen it, it was like, oh, yeah.
So again, I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you guys have anything to call in, please do call in right now before we close the show out. The number to call in is 951-799-021. If you want to touch on, you have something to say about any of these cases, any of the news topics, anything that goes on, whether you agree or disagree with any of the people that's been speaking tonight, call in. We want to hear you guys. Remember, I pay for this line for you guys to interact. I make this show for you guys to have your voice opinions. You don't got to cash at me to talk to me, to get on the line. None of that. All you guys got to do is call in and be you and be a part of the show.
Let's go.
That's what it's here for. If not, we got Mind Over Matter. I got 5, got myself, got the chat room, and we still here vibing. So it is what it is. So before we close out, anybody else got anything to say in regards to this case? 5, you want to go ahead and touch off anything that you have to say in regards to this? Anything that we touched on tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the officer, just point blank, he saved old girl's life. And the 16-year-old should have never been allowed to put herself in that situation.
But when we say allowed, now let me just be devil's advocate.
By her parents, by that.
But let me just be devil's advocate.
Nah, ain't no.
I gotta be. How can you stop her if I don't know she have a knife? If I don't know she have a knife, and she comes running out doing what the fuck she doing? Because if you look at that video again, hold on, I'm gonna play this video again. I gotta. Let me play the video again. Let's take a quick look, and I'm not gonna play the whole video, but I just want to see the part to where she doesn't even look like she has a knife. She just comes mobbing over homegirl real quick. Boom, boom, boom. Father kicks down homegirl. Then she turns around and runs straight for the girl in pink. Like, in a matter of seconds. Like, this shit is crazy. To where anybody in their right mind wouldn't know what the hell is going on because when you first approach the scene.
And the other female see her, come in. Pops try to stop her first. Then the other chicks intervene, goes past her. Gets into it with dad. That's when dad started jumping on.
No, yeah, he jumps on the other chick, and then the other chick who was about to help him beat up on her turns around and goes straight for the girl in the pink. Let's go ahead and take a look at this and see what the hell happened here again.
She knocks her off right there. Boom.
Got you. So now, if you look and see, the cop doesn't know what's going on here. He comes and he's now everything is happening right in front of him.
Yeah.
So did you see how quick that happened? Did you see what happened? The girl called the cops, ended up helping her pop, boom, boom, and then right after that, she charged right toward the girl in the pink. In a split second, he had to make a decision. This is something that.
I'm not arguing that.
And so are we? Can we exclude? Well, this is G's News. This is G's News report. But actually, let's talk about it. If you're in this type of situation, can we exclude or keep the cop in this? Can we at least push him to the side, or do we need to keep him in? He's guilty. He's a white cop who killed a black motherfucker, so-called Negro.
We all agree that that's not the case.
Okay, so we're going to exclude the cop out of this?
Yeah.
Mind over matter, you agree to exclude the cop out of this?
Do I agree that what? Do I agree to what?
Do you exclude the agree to exclude the cop out of this, or keep the cop in this? He's responsible for all of this shit that happened.
Nah, he saved a life.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, sometimes we gotta.
Okay, so let's go ahead and exclude the cop. Now.
Yeah, it's on.
Let's go to the girl in the pink, because the reports are the girl in the pink and whoever her entourage is came over to the house to start some shit.
Okay.
Where do they lie in all of this?
Shit, I'm pretty sure they have all too. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It takes two to have a conflict, to have a fight, but once again, she's at home, 16 years old. mama and daddy should have never let it get to that point. Or whoever, her auntie, whoever the fuck she lived with, her nana, whoever.
Can I be real with you? Can mama and daddy stop you from selling drugs?
This mama and daddy, yeah, not at my house, yeah.
I mean, so you're better than your mom and dad?
Huh?
So you're better than your mom and dad?
No, shit. My mom and dad.
You're part of the humanistic society, right? That where some things are just beyond your control.
Home training starts at home, G.
Home training do start at home.
And you know what I'm saying?
Everybody you train stays in order.
Still, that shouldn't happen right there at the house. Then.
Gotcha. I'm only here just to give a other side of what's going on.
All that bullshit that he was on as a man, like I said, nigga, 16 years old. That's a child. That's a child at the house, and he's present. That shit should have never got that far.
Gotcha.
On some real
So are
shit.
you talking about the one in the pink or the one who actually lost her life? Micaiah.
I'm talking about the one that lost her life.
Okay.
I'm talking about the 16-year-old with the damn knife.
Gotcha. And so the rumors are she's been in foster home. She's been passed around here and there. You know, had to live that, what you call social engineering life of being part of that come up.
Okay, and want to, you know what I'm saying, and play that big girl game with that knife, and look what that shit got her.
Hold that thought. Let me ask you this, Mono. Let me ask you this thought before you respond, Mono. Let me ask you this: is the so-called, I don't know what kind of community, African, Negro, black, nigger, whatever community, are they suffering from mental health?
All races
Yes,
suffer.
obviously. Yes, obviously. We definitely suffering from all these different police shootings and the videos of it. Yeah, we suffer because we don't see the same thing. We place blame on sometimes people who had to come clean up shit. Yeah. We all. It's people. To me, it kind of baffles me when people saying, "So y'all just gonna side with the police?" That was a young girl. I've even seen one post where this lady said, "Do not be fat, black, and a girl." And I'm thinking like, man, y'all really stretching this right here, man. I mean, y'all act like she was like a little girl. That big old wildebeest ran past there. Both of them girls was big old wildebeest. Fell down on it. I mean, you see when they put her shirt up, you see how fat she was fat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they trying to paint a picture like this was some little girl. That girl could have gutted that woman on that car. And then you got to look at the woman in the pink. Like, how slow is you? Because who stands on the car? She act like it was barriers on the front of the car and the back. I would have climbed over the hood, ran to the left or right. She stood right there in the door like it was invisible walls there, and she couldn't move. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The whole scene is crazy, but it still boils down to that man should have did something. So once we label him as whatever problem he had, mental capacity he had, then you go to the girl. The girl should have never ran out from wherever she was with that knife. When the first girl fell, she should not have been so deranged as to where she don't see the cop, and then she shouldn't have rushed the other one. She did a lot of things that caused her to get killed, and we can't blame anybody else. Ultimately, you know what I'm saying, but her. It wasn't no thing as to where the cop could have been a marksman and shot the knife and, like I said, the kneecap and the ankle and none of that, man. And the whole incident, it didn't have to happen. It didn't have to happen at all, man. That's that community that they resolve shit like that. It makes sense to them. One dude on my Facebook, he told me, I don't know why he shot her. It ain't like she was coming at him. So this nigga, he's automatically saying, well, as long as you don't do anything to the police, you ain't got to worry about them shooting you. It's like, no, the police made the right call.
I wanna ask everybody. I genuinely wanna ask this because trust me, bro, I be into this shit and I be looking around and I be listening and I be observing. I think that's what I was put on this planet to do: observe and be unbiased and just take account. I be listening to a lot of people, and I wonder if the situation had to do or involved any one of their loved ones or in that situation. No, who's wrong or right does not matter at this situation. Point blank as it matters whose life is at hand here. And the officer rolled up, and that was your daughter in pink. Whether who called the cops or not, don't give a fuck. Whether who was wrong or right, this is not that case right here. The only thing is that the cop is wrong. That's what we're here to settle and get it in, not defend or convict, just to get a observation and a perception and a synopsis of what the people really comprehend. This allows me to know how our group, what we call our people, how they comprehend things. Are they sheeple or are they independent? Are they able to be themselves and think, or are they able to just jump in and just become part of this, whatever, I'm part of this, I'm going against this side, or I'm going against that, because, or you're able to still be human in regards of whatever nationality you hold and still know, discern what is and what isn't, point blank period. And what I come to notice is that a lot of people, their comprehension game is off. And not just their comprehension game, some of these people want to be misled and want to be in a one-sided way based on their beliefs and the way they earn their income by having a alternative viewpoint. And I want to say alternative viewpoint because I think our alternative viewpoint, or my viewpoint, is the alternative viewpoint, and most people are going with the flow, and I'm not with the flow. And what I see here is definitely a lot of things that could have been avoided. For I see that the cops that was there already, they didn't have control of the situation. But again, nobody could. It was a 9-second situation. Exactly. Exactly. I'm agree. That part I agree with you. Man. No, I'm not talking about that cop. I'm talking about the cops that was already there. There was cops already there that just got the call that was already trying to talk to people. Well, no, there was cops talking to. There was a cop talking to a person over there. But again, everything happened so quick. Nobody knew. Yeah, I could play it back. You'll see that it was a cop already there talking to somebody over there, but they were just talking. They didn't know that this person was just going to break loose and go and just start charging. Like, again, a lot of shit just happened right then and there. And I'm going to tell you, I've never been a cop, but I've been an executive protection officer, and I'm going to tell you, our job is to defend the principle. So you best believe if anything happened like that, our job was to gun you niggas down. No matter if you was white, black, Mexican, Puerto Rican, or Haitian. You all would have got it. Had you broke the line and did anything stupid, you would have just been shot center mass because the head is too small. Me trying to shoot the object out your hand, that's not feasible. Dealing with actual protection. The job is to take the target down, hit you right in the center mass, get you out of there. And that's what would have happened. So everything that I saw here, based on procedure, is the way it went. Everything else other than that, I mean, it's left up to interpretation and perspective based on your philosophy, your views, and what stance you choose to take. That's up to you. Again, I'm not here to tell anybody on how to perceive any of this. I'm only here to give the news and, I guess, not what I know, but what I believe. Man. 5.
Hey, man. Shit is crazy, man. You know, I feel the dude at the house, it should have never got that far. So, you know, and from my perspective as a dad, there's no way in hell my 16-year-old, you know, even though I have a 17-year-old daughter, I have an 18-year-old son, man, there ain't no way in the world, you know. Might allow your child to put themselves in that situation like that at home. That shit could have been neutralized way beforehand.
I totally agree. Mind over matter, you have anything to close off with? And before you respond, anybody else want to call in before we close in? Here's the time to do it. If not, we're going to go ahead and close the show out. And we're going to go ahead and let Mind over matter close with his words. Oh, wait. You know what? Instead of doing that, Mind over matter, you were you're the only caller that was here, bro. You got some time? You got a little
Yeah,
bit
I
more
got
minutes,
time.
man. All right.
And
How
it's
about
time
this?
for Call It Like It Is. Are you ready to play?
You ready to play? Call it like it is.
Yep.
All right, for sure. I couldn't let you go. I was hoping another caller would have came in, somebody who's never played Call It Like It Is. This is the benefit of calling in to that line, 951-799-9021. You get to randomly play Call Like It Is, but because none of you other shy, don't want to be heard, don't want to interact or go on live, but you'll be on all these other chat rooms talking that bullshit, don't want to call in, you would have got to play Call It Like It Is. Because I was looking for one of you new guests to go ahead and get hit with them this. But anyhow, mind over matter, you already know how it goes. You ready?
Ready.
All right. You only get one pick. What animal you walking down the street? A chicken or a pig?
Which animal am I walking down the street?
You're going to, you know how you walk your dog down the street?
Right.
All right, you only get this option. You're walking a pig or a chicken. Which one you walking down the street?
Pig.
Okay. I normally don't ask, but I have to. Why a pig over a chicken?
I can tell you why.
Okay.
Oh, I got chickens here right now. Chickens ain't cool to deal with. A pig is more manageable.
Got you. Chicken is a hassle, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, the fuck out of that. So let me ask you this. Your sister and your wife is fighting. Your sister is charging your wife with a knife. Do you shoot your sister or take your chances on trying to get her or get into her to stop before she's able to kill your wife?
I'm trying to stop her before she's able to kill my wife. I'm not gonna shoot her.
Okay, so you would take the chances of your sister being right there next to your wife, about to stab her up, and you would take the chances of trying to get to her, even though it's a little distance. You would still try to take the chances of getting to her before she disfigures or maybe possibly kills your wife.
I'll take my chances.
Okay, that's what's up. Nope, no other question needed. That's what's up. Good answer. Just wanted to hear you. Who's your favorite YouTuber?
Favorite YouTube?
Yes, sir.
I actually don't have one.
Got you. No, nothing else need to be said about that. All right, you're a police officer on a drug bus. I know a lot of people would love to come in contact with this question. And you're on a drug bus. You come across a bag with $50,000 in it. Do you keep it or do you turn it in?
Keep it.
Why?
I could use it.
There ain't no better answer than that, my G. That's the real nigga shit that I was looking for. That right there, hey, real talk. We could use this shit out here. You know, I'm speaking for all us with hue. Hue means color, just for you guys that don't know. Hue, man. For those that would color and that's called the man, we definitely, I gotta go, because that's just how it is. You know what I mean? Gotta indulge them with some information. Can't leave them with nothing. And so because I'm a hue and I'm a man, I definitely am one of those who could use that jump in society, as you could, right?
Hey.
So you would want a person like me to go, because if a person like me don't go, then the voices would never be heard. They would be sheltered, and then they would be spoken by those that go too far off into the metaphysical examination world, or those who go too hardcore to where there is no substance being spoken in their words. You need a person like me who's mellow, who really don't care, unbiased, and can
Unbiased as biased as hell.
What am I biased about? You know? The only thing I'm biased about is weed. And I gotta smoke weed. With that said, hey, mind over matter. You have any contacts where they can find you? I know you were just kicked off of Instagram. I know you're always kicked off of Facebook. I don't know if you're on TikTok, bro, because I don't believe you can dance. You on any other sites, bro? That you want to?
That nigga old school. He can dance.
I mean, that's a two-step. You know, the thumbs up, nigga. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Side step. Other than that, bro, where can I find you?
Just Facebook. And the profile picture is a T-shirt that says
I really don't think they
black.
can hear you on that first one. You might have to give them that again because I couldn't really hear you myself.
You can find me on Facebook, Lamont Macon, LaMont Macon, and the profile picture is a T-shirt that says "Black Masculine Men Matter," and I'll be on Florence and Normandy, May 1st, 12:30 to 4:30, for the commemoration of the 1992 LA riots, which spawned the truce and non-duce. Actually, the truce came before it, but around the same time, we're trying to revive that and get brothers to lock arms again. Too many gang murders going on and too much beef going on.
No, that's what's up, and definitely the West Coast needs to be an example for actually starting off a lot of this genocidal movement that's going on around not just hip hop but around the world. And you know what? I actually will be out there myself to vibe and to see what's going on and actually document and be a part of this monumental movement that's going on next month. And I advise all you that can be there to be there. Tap in, tune in. You know what I mean? Let's unite. Like I said, the only way to actually achieve true freedom is for us all to wake the fuck up, hold hands, and just walk forward. Everybody's not going to make it, but that's okay. Because those that will reproduce something better. Go ahead.
Oh man, I totally agree. Can't wait to get down there and you know what I'm saying, and bear witness.
5, you have any where they can reach you, get in contact with you, see you offside this YouTube streets, and actually vibe with you on the actual regular norm?
I'm on Facebook, Harold 5 Cent Norwood, and IG at 5_DZ. That's DEEZ as in zebra, E as in Eric.
Most definitely. And you guys already know. If not, go ahead, tune in, log on, follow me, keep up. You know, most of the shit I post always has to do with some UFC, mixed martial arts, Bellator, whatever it is, anything with combat. Definitely mess with me at G's News, GEESNEWS, for all of those aspiring artists. Yeah, you're submitting your stuff to the labels, but they're not really playing your stuff, and you actually want to get a review just to see where you stand. Submit that information to gsmysteryshow@gmail.com. And we, the critics, yes, I have to say that with an emphasis because we are the critics. We're dicks, but we're going to critic you and 5, me, and whoever else may be the guest. Going to definitely give you an actual honest review on whatever you submit. So whether it's country, whether you're juggling, whether you're spitting that fly poetry, whether you can sing some country, whether you one of the next hip-hop artists or you even better than me, submit your information, and we definitely want to hear it, and we got you. Other than that, man, thank you all for tuning in. G's Mystery Show, Our World Revealed. 5, you have anything before we let these good folks go?
Oh man, we good.
All right, with that being said, man, thank you all for tuning in.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
You know what it is. Boom, bang, bow.